yet, right? So who did I get this idea from? Brent.
Yeah.
Brent
a couple
always
of
wears,
breakheads.
glasses. I
All
thought
right,
it looked cool.
I'm gonna press the button.
Ready, set,
Let's go. Let's go.
What?
Friday night.
I know, it's getting livelier.
So energetic now.
And we're live. Hey everyone, I am Nick, and we have
Maria.
And we have
Harold.
And today's special guest is
Mr. Easy Craftsman.
Hey,
Eric.
Easy Craftsman.
Hey.
And he's wearing a jersey.
I know. We're totally
He got the jersey memo.
Kevin and I, we watch. We know what's going on. I can't speak for Tanner.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tanner didn't get the memo.
He's a giant party pooper. So, what can I say?
We won't let him know.
Maybe Tanner doesn't have a jersey.
Maybe, yes.
So what jersey that's New York Rangers?
This is one of the third jerseys the Rangers put out. I don't know, 5 years ago now. This is actually a Henrik Lundqvist jersey. So,
so it says Lundqvist on the back.
Yeah.
Oh, fun.
Maria and Harold are like, we don't know who that is.
That's why.
I know, I was being teased yesterday because
Nick is always dying to talk sports to anyone who will talk sports, and he's stuck with me and Harold.
But we can't talk too much sports on the stream because then
me and Harold are gonna be like,
yeah. You just if you hear his name again, just think greatest, and there you go.
Is that right, Nick?
Yeah.
Are you from the New York State? Is that why
I am? Yeah.
So we're all in the same time zone.
Yes.
So that's very cool.
Nice.
Because you were just from a live stream not too long ago, like literally just chatting a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
And Shai is from the West Coast, right? So he's from a totally different time.
Well, Shai's from the West Coast. I think Kevin is
Central.
Kev is in Edmonton.
Mountain.
So that's Mountain. Yep.
Mountain time.
Yeah.
And then Tanner's Eastern.
Yeah. So that's the tough thing with Tanner, Kev, and I. We're all in different time zones.
Yes.
As it goes through, but
we're gonna get to that, how you guys all ended up together, because that would be a very interesting story.
Yeah, so thanks for coming on the show. You are now the third member of Building with Buds to grace our presence on
BWB. Have you guys
saving the best for last? I get it.
I know.
Thumbnail. The thumbnail is
BWB.
That's right. If Kevin gets it right, it's BWB.
Not BRB.
Why? What else? What else is BWB?
I messed it up a couple times.
All right, so I guess we'll go into our first segment here, which is getting to know Easy Craftsman, aka Eric.
So the name, I guess you're crafty?
It actually, I registered it as a DBA like 15 years ago because I wanted to do like woodworking stuff.
What's a DBA?
Doing business as. So rather than setting up like an LLC or anything like that, it's just a little simpler way to create a little business that you can track your sales tax and all that kind of stuff, right? Never did anything with it. And then as I started doing social media, it's like, well, I've owned the domain name for 15 years or whatever it was. It's like, why not just do that? And the easy is actually my initials.
Yes.
So,
cool. Easy Craftsman. That works very cool. Well. Hey, Armand.
Yeah. I thought Craftsman was like Lego because you build with Lego, so you're like a craftsman. So
it works. It works. We'll just say that.
So you have a background in woodwork, furniture.
I've always enjoyed doing that stuff. So I'm on a career path to be a licensed architect.
Cool.
So I work I primarily focus now on K through 12, but used to spend about 5 years doing historic preservation.
Oh, nice.
Wait, what's K through 12?
So in the States, K through 12 is education. So kindergarten through 12th grade.
Okay.
So I work on our primary focus in the firm that I work at is we work on education buildings. We will do some commercial buildings from time to time.
I understand.
But
okay.
Yeah. So I'm the person drawing the pictures, that the structural engineer says, no, dummy, you can't do that. So,
oh, that's so what a cool background.
Oh, before we continue, I'm just gonna say some hellos. So we got Armand in the chat. Hey, Armand. And we got Autumn. Autumn in the chat.
Hello.
Might be coming on in a couple.
Yeah,
minutes.
spoilers.
And then we have
just in time for
Parkdale Playboy.
Parkdale Playboy.
I know, just in time for Autumn. And we have Missy. Hi, Missy.
Hey, Missy.
And Ellen Brick Girl.
And
I believe all of these folks are coming on from your show.
Yeah.
You were able to shoot them
from the
our way,
lead
so
in.
that's pretty cool.
From the
It's
lead
like
in.
when you have a Twitch account, you just raid into.
Oh, we're getting raided?
Is this a version of it, but live streaming and everything?
And Copper. Hello.
Yeah, this is like the NBC. This is the great lineup. Just
Yeah.
I like that analogy.
It's what was it? TGIF Fridays, but that was that was ABC, wasn't it?
I think so.
With like Family Matters and
Full
House.
Yeah,
remember those shows?
It was. I don't remember what network, but
yeah,
I thought it was ABC.
It might be.
Hey, Jen Bricks.
Hey, Jenny.
And Kev.
Hello.
Yeah, Must See TV. Must See TV. Well, Eric is Must See TV. So Eric's known as the funny guy on Building with Buds.
That's a lot of pressure to be funny.
Yeah.
Here now.
That's a great setup.
Well, I was listening to you on Tavern Bricks, and you were mentioning that one of your goals is just to make everyone laugh on that stream.
It's everywhere I go. Work, home, here. Yes. I attribute it to, I don't know if I was 8 years old, whatever it was. I was a young kid, and I remember sitting in the dining room for some holiday. It was either Christmas or Thanksgiving, right? And my dad and my uncles are sitting around the table and just make everybody just die laughing. And I sat there and said, I want to be able to do that someday. I want to be able to sit at a table and just make everybody laugh. So, I'll sometimes say the stupid stuff just to get people to laugh.
But I mean, clearly you're from a line of laugh makers.
Well, let's not give them credit.
Or comedians.
Are they called laugh makers?
Laugh makers. I mean, that could be a new thing, right? Like sometimes you just want to play of words.
They didn't have anything to do with it. That was not a nature thing. It was
it wasn't
Giggle Master.
No. I'm a one of a kind.
You are one of a kind.
Yeah.
Ooh, Jedi Bricks.
Thank you so much. You just made our Friday extra
Happy
sweet.
Friday. Thank you, Jedi Bricks. That's awesome.
That's one CMF, Nick.
In a box.
We can talk about that later too, because I heard that there's some issues with the new packaging of CMS.
What? They're all ripped open.
They're all ripped open.
And...
Is that happening in your guys' WalMarts?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that yet, just because I haven't been there. But I remember seeing it with the video boxes at Target. People ripping the boxes open to see what was inside of it and then just discarding it if it wasn't what they wanted. So
that's interesting that you mentioned, that you noticed it with the video boxes. So you would think that would have gotten back to Lego headquarters saying, maybe boxes, though they're environmentally friendly, may not be the way to go. Given
they're probably just gonna have them like behind the counter now or something, like
cigarettes that I never
glass cases at
glass cases.
Walmart. Yeah.
So interesting.
Oh, look, we have a new member.
Well, we have a panel membership.
Yeah, we've had it for
I don't know either.
Like a couple months now.
What the? A couple months? It's September.
I like how I like how we're always surprised by Nick.
I know. Wow.
Live. But no, I want to go back to how you got to your name Craftsman. I mean, and your background, because then did Lego also play a part in your childhood?
Like architecture.
100%. So typical kid playing with Lego when I was little. Funny enough, I would always build cities when I was a kid, and I would build little office scenes and stuff like that.
Oh, nice.
And before I even knew what the word meant, my mom always said to me, "You're going to be an architect someday." Right?
She already steered you. What a
she
great
already
mom.
saw it, right? So I wasn't the right kid for architecture out of high school. Took me quite a long time actually to round out and get into that profession. Always enjoyed, building things, whether it was Lego or, redesigning a room or creating an Adirondack chair or doing anything like that. And that's, I had some woodworking equipment. My uncle's got a shop that, at his house that, we were planning on doing stuff, and it just never materialized. I had some fortunate things happen. I was, I didn't do anything that I really went to school for. I have a bachelor's in sport management. I had no interest in going to like big cities or anything. And then was working in healthcare. And then my job was outsourced overseas. And at that point, went back to school for architecture. And that's what I'm doing now. And I've done it for a little over 8 years and love it. Awesome. And it's, it worked out timing wise.
Right.
That I was the right person for it going into school. I'm a person who doesn't necessarily believe somebody has to know what they want to be at 8 and to kind of force everybody into that mindset.
For sure.
Certainly hurts some kids of where they really need to kind of figure it out. So I was one of those, and fortunate enough, fingers crossed things worked out. So
yeah, the universe still rooted you to what your mom's design was ultimately.
Yes. Right. Yeah. I think it's because she really just wanted me to be able to draw and stamp any documents for her of what she wants to
do. Need this new reno, and I need to do all the permits and all of that stuff, right?
So now with your Lego city behind you there, when you construct your Lego city, do you make it with an architectural mindset now?
I become a city planner. Yeah.
Everything has to make sense.
I was gonna ask. I was like,
it's a nightmare. So I start with some spreadsheets. I draw some flow charts of, hey, this is this building. This is what's in it. Where does it make most sense? Should it be by the waterfront? Should it be in the city center? Should it be on the outskirts? And I start to kind of play around and see. So I already, before I put any buildings on the table, I already have a plan of what I'm going to do. But I don't get locked into it because I know once I put these two buildings together, they might look horrible, right? So then you start moving some things around, and then you get somewhere where you're happy with. And I let the buildings decide where they go, and then I do all the roads and everything after.
Okay.
Just to try to, nice. So it's a bit of a process. Not gonna lie, I probably go a little too OCD on it.
I was gonna ask,
I don't know any other way.
Where is he? He's still playing with his Lego.
So really?
They're like, he's not even playing with his Lego yet. He's still drawing a flow chart of where the buildings are gonna go.
He always tells it has to make sense. What do you mean it has to make sense with Lego?
So when you see other people's Lego cities on YouTube,
oh my god, that must bother you.
Are you like, should I type something here?
No, you know what? I love the ability that people can really do what they want. However, there are some buildings that I'll never want to put next to each other.
Like what?
And for just stupid reasons, right? Like it shouldn't even make sense, right? But I'll say, well, the Palace Cinema, you probably don't want the fire brigade next to it. Why the hell would someone want to go to see a show? And now the fire trucks are all being dispatched, right? That's got to be on the outskirts, right? Or maybe that's somewhere else. So, yeah,
I don't have it. My fire station is
your fire brigade is right by the town hall.
We had to look. We don't have a sprawled city.
Is that kosher?
The same block of your grandpa.
Is that kosher? It's allowed. It's okay. Oh my god.
Now, growing up, did you have something like shop class? Because I feel like shop and home ec, that was available when we were little, like grade 7, grade 8. That was very much part of our curriculum. But by the time we went to high school a million years ago, it was very much an elective, and I never even chose it. So in terms of I'm very crafty. I think I'm very artsy, but I just never personally delve into that because I never exposed myself into that, sewing and stuff, right? And so was that still available for you? Because not many kids now have that practical sort of like learning skill,
so
right?
I'm glad I look so much more youthful than I am.
You went to school a million years ago too?
I did too. It's insane.
Oh my god, like you had to write in a pencil, right?
I
Like in a
had to
book?
write on a pencil. Yeah, my gosh.
It's a pencil.
Harold almost didn't write with pencil, but I'm sure he still did.
I write in cursive.
Yeah, we had the sharpener on the wall and everything. Come on, you had to
Yeah.
turn the dial for the right pencil.
Clamped.
We actually had a chalkboard. Do schools have chalkboards?
No, they have something called a smart board.
Board.
It's insane.
So they don't have chalkboards.
But they attach
when my 9-year-old has to explain things to me.
I sometimes got to bring the erasers to the
outside and do
the eraser
this.
cleaner. No, they had a cleaner in like the yard storage room that you would just stick the eraser on, and it would actually like had brushes that would clean it.
Okay, we went to school a billion years ago.
We would hit them against the brick wall.
Yeah, exactly. And then you make all these patterns on the brick wall. Come on. Growing up in the 80s. And it was like a privilege to be chosen by the teacher. You get to go. You finish your work. Yes!
I never got enjoyment.
Probably inhaled a lot of not very good for you chalk dust, but
I went to a relatively small school. So the tough thing, right, with US Western culture, right, we got to know kind of everything. We can't really focus on what we enjoy as we get into high school, right? We have to, be a jack of all trades kind of thing. So unfortunately, the only thing they had for me was mechanical drawing, which I took. They didn't have like an architectural drawing class or anything, but I took.
This was high school.
This was hand drawn mechanical drawing. So
like drafting.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nick
took drafting in grade 9. Wasn't for him.
Yeah, just didn't really want to be like a mechanical engineer or anything like that. I don't. The great thing about architecture is you don't have to be great at math. Shockingly, right? Like that's even though I aced all my math classes, let me just put that out there.
Yeah, you don't have to.
Let me just be clear.
This guy doesn't know math. He's architect.
You would think we're supposed to, know trigonometry and algebra and all that stuff. But
the computers
now
do
nowadays, it for you,
right?
Yeah, 100%. So I did all that kind of stuff. I did every shop class that I had available.
Oh, cool.
So always enjoyed that. My dad's and my mom's side of the family too. There's plenty of people that enjoy that stuff too.
Good. So you're really exposed to it.
Yeah, I think my dad's side of the family, they do a lot of their own construction projects, and I know family that's still lives overseas is very artsy and into that thing. So it's definitely deep rooted in the genes there. So it was destined.
Oh, that's cool. But it's true what you say, like a lot of the times kids from high school, they don't know what to get into. And I always bring this up, like when we have these kinds of conversations, like our eldest is in second year college, and he wanted to go into engineering because grandparents, our fathers were both engineers. And I'm like, but why do you want to go into engineering, right? When he's so creative. And somehow or another, we found industrial design as a program, and he's into that. And this is the first time that he's actually building with wood. And it's so gratifying when I'm seeing the creations that he makes. It's like, I made a wooden spoon.
Weapons?
He does make a lot of weapons. He's like, I'm practicing how the machines work and everything. But so again, it's hopefully trying to listen to the kids nowadays, but when they themselves also don't know, it's very hard. It's and I think ultimately you will find your way. And I mean, good for you that you are finding your way, or you have found your way. But the advice that we can give kids, I don't know. It's a lot of information out there when you finally get there, I want to say.
100%. And it's tough to do, right? Like there were times when I was working, I was the gym coordinator at a fitness facility, right? And there were times when I was working in healthcare that I wanted to do something else, right? But taking that leap is scary when you're wanting to start a family and do all that kind of stuff.
Absolutely.
So for me, I was kind of forced to do it, which made it easier. But, I tell anybody, if it's hard to say, I don't like my job, I want to get out of it, I want to do this, right? It's really hard to make that leap, but I think people should. Like the day and age of getting a job, staying there for 40 years and retiring are kind of over, I mean, it still happens, but there is a lot more of bouncing around from job to job and really finding what you enjoy. And it's, I truly love what I do.
That's so
glad
good
it finally,
You found it.
I hated the stuff that I did prior to that. I couldn't stand working in healthcare. It was a nightmare, but it was, we're a young married couple wanting to have a family and all that stuff, right? And it's like, well, I'm not making a ton of money at the gym. I'm, making part-time money at kind of a full-time job. I've got to do something else, right? So you make those decisions because you have to forced to by the money, right?
For sure. But
I'm pretty lucky and fortunate.
So you were a phys ed grad?
I did. So I didn't want to go to school when I graduated.
I was a phys ed grad too.
Yeah. So my parents were like, look, just go to this community college, give it a try. I was like, okay, I'll go into physical education. So I had my associates in phys ed, which was a cakewalk. When you so I got a 4.0 the first semester, right? And everybody's like, oh my God, that's so incredible. It's like, look, I had to show up. I played basketball. I played badminton.
I know.
Okay. And I played whatever other sport. And then it was college forum of like, hey, here's what college is kind of thing. So it was simple. And then as it got into more of the sciences, right, you have to apply yourself a little bit more. Yeah. It's not a cakewalk on the whole thing. But
I was telling Maria.
Yeah,
I'd have basketball. I know. I'm
tennis
from
1, bio.
Tennis 2.
What the heck?
Organic chemistry. I'm like, how was your day? And
we'd
he's like,
swimming.
I swam today. I'm like, what?
But then, like you said, you don't have sciences. Like
I played a few games of racquetball today. It was really fun. That kind of stuff. I did aerobic boxing. But I knew I didn't want to teach.
We're missing out, Harold.
Yeah, I didn't want to teach either.
I didn't want to teach, and to take that 2-year degree and transfer it to something else, the easiest thing was a sport management degree, right? So it's really just a business degree with an emphasis on athletics, right? So you're still taking the same business economics classes, you're taking law classes, but it's just geared at sport law. So, this incident happens at a game, what should happen. This contract talks with if you wanted to be an agent. I have friends that work in Major League Baseball. I have friends that have worked for different racetracks, people that work at Cooperstown, the Baseball Hall of Fame. So people can kind of go anywhere with it. But I'm not a big city person. I just never really have been. And I'm, just never really wanted to move away from my immediate family.
You didn't want to travel to
I didn't want to travel. My buddy who works in Major League Baseball, he's lived in Houston, Philadelphia, New York City. He lived local to me. Now he's out in California, and it's he loves it, and that's great. But
even then, he may be in one city living, but he's still traveling within those weeks and days constantly, right? Yeah. So.
That was my idea at the beginning, that I wanted to be with a sports team, but then I just ended up being at a chiropractor, just having my own clinic, just in the area,
local,
and not with a family. You can't really travel with a team as easily as
I grounded him.
So.
My dad, he worked a bunch of different jobs, mostly for the same company, but took any job offer he could get to further his career, right? So for 4 years, he would get on a plane, he'd fly to Detroit, Michigan, on a Sunday night, work for the week, and then get back on a plane and come back. We're we're in the Albany area here in New York City.
Oh, okay,
in New York State, so the district area.
We're so close.
Yeah, it's 5 hours maybe.
Yeah.
So he would do that, and I know how hard it was on my mom and that kind of stuff. And then he took a job in Brooklyn and would commute for a year and everything. So it's tough. I don't remember a ton of it because I'm the youngest of 2. So for me, those aren't the memories I have. But I don't know if subconsciously it hit. Yeah. I'm kind of I don't want
that.
Right. I don't know if it's part of that or whatever, but it just wasn't in the cards for me. It wasn't what I wanted to do.
Hey, the universe took a shine on you and you're doing exactly what you love and what you're meant to, right?
I've been fortunate that I've drawn the short straw a lot in life, it feels like. So I've been pretty lucky when it comes to that.
Nice. Speaking of other things that you do, you're also big on TikTok. And I was looking at your page just recently, and you have 389,000 followers to earn 9 million likes, which is crazy.
When did you get into TikTok?
Yeah, when did you get into TikTok?
I think 2021, maybe 2020.
Wow, that's such a short
pandemic.
You're a
pandemic. And I haven't posted anything really since February. I've taken a pretty long break from
almost a full year.
That's 6 months. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is 6 months. Yeah.
Yeah. It's been so, you know, I started kind of like anybody with Instagram, posting photos and stuff, and had a friend kind of recommend give TikTok a try. You know, the growth there can be pretty good. And then just got lucky with a few posts that at certain times, and it was well into my TikTok start, right? Like, you know, it was maybe a year after. So I had plenty of content for somebody to come to the channel after a video went viral. But I was lucky. I posted, I think it was in 2021, maybe, a video when we were away on vacation that other people had used the audio, and it just blew up. And built a pretty nice community. I feel kind of guilty sometimes that I haven't been on there for a while.
You're like, where are you?
Yeah, but as we were talking on Building with Buds earlier, it becomes a grind, right? Like, that's what's tough about content creation.
Yeah.
You gotta post every day, right? Until you get to a certain level where you can post once a week or once a month, like, you know, like the Smarter Every Day and the Mark Rober and all those guys. Like, it's a grind, and
some people do multiples, right? Multiples per day.
Yeah,
they do. I don't know how they do it. I just, you know, I used to on a Sunday I would create 7 or 8 or 9 videos, and I'd have that for the
schedule them out.
And it worked for a while. My biggest gripe now, and why kind of TikTok has kind of pushed me off a little bit. You know, I used to say it was the 3 Ps. It was piracy, plagiarism, and I can't remember the third one. But you're taking audio from somebody else that isn't yours, and you're following, you know, the trends and everything. And what was happening to me is I had accounts, and I'm not the only one. There's plenty of people that this always happens to, where my content is getting ripped off and people are posting it as themselves, right? And I had 3 people doing it. 2 people stopped after I made a couple videos, and you know, my community was incredible of going on there and kind of blasting them in the comments about, you know, hey, this isn't yours, right? And they would stop. And then there was one account that just wouldn't stop, and they just kept taking all my content, and I'd file complaints with TikTok, and they'd say, no, the person did nothing wrong. And I would say, how is that possible, right? So they said you could file
grievance of some sort.
Yeah, it was content. I don't remember the name of it, but you know, there's chances are that they would send that form to the person who's ripping off my content. And I said, you know what? I'm not going to reward that person with getting my personal information. You know, so it was like, you know what? I need to take a break from this. And I think that person eventually stopped. But it's, you know, and plus other reasons, you know, work, family life, stuff has picked up and gotten crazy. And again, like I said, I love my job, so I never had the aspirations of wanting to
take that on
do what I do and make this my full-time thing. Like, I don't want my stress relief to become my stressor. And at times that was happening. So it's been good to take a little break. You know, we were saying too before, you know, you look at sitcoms, like we were talking about TGIF earlier, you know, they took breaks, right? They have all that time to write the next season, and then they film it and they air it. Where, I mean, you guys know, social media, you got to be on it every day if you want the algorithms to pick you up and to get you seen and drive the follower counts up. So it's, you know, I commend anybody who does it. It's incredible. It's a lot. I don't think people realize how much hard work it really is to do all this. You know, it's not a simple film and put it up. People can do that, but it's a grind. It is such a grind.
But you were enjoying it at one point, though.
I was, but then at times, like, so you get to 1,000 followers, right? You're like, holy cow, who would have ever thought, right? And then you get to 25,000, you're like, wow. And all of a sudden you start feeling obligated. Like, you have this group of people that are enjoying what you do, and you're enjoying sharing it with them. And all of a sudden it gets to 100,000, and it gets to 200,000, and you're just like, well, I got to keep it going.
There's more pressure.
There's more pressure. So I was doing live streams on TikTok, which were tough. because it's kind of like an Instagram live stream where you can only read maybe 3 to 4 comments and they go super fast because you have to do it from your phone or from the app. You can't do it from the computer. So it would make it tough. But, you know, I'm pretty proud of like the community that I built over there. And the numbers I would get for live streams, like they like just sitting and building and talking by myself. I could get anywhere from 50 to maybe 250 people, depending. And then the easiest live streams I would do was a Sunday afternoon, and I would do a live city tour. So I'm not even on the camera, and we're going through the room, and somebody's like, "Hey, can I see the assembly square? Hey, can I see the set that's on the wall?" And we just go around, and I give as much information as I can of what we're doing. And those ones would be crazy. We'd get like 500 to 1,000 people.
Wow.
So it's like just the luck of that kind of stuff is then what would help drive the channel. And YouTube, Twitch, there's a big sense of build your community, and if they see people that are doing that, then they push you a little bit more. Right. So the more you live stream, the more you get pushed to people. So it was a lot of fun. I'd like to get back into it a little bit at some point. Every now and then I'm like, okay, I'm going to start doing some videos again. And then I'm like, you know what? It's just been so relaxing.
Yeah. It's finding the balance, right?
It's hard to get back into it.
You're not just you professionally, you're you like a family person. And then this should be hobby. And so, I mean, don't get me wrong. I appreciate all of the content makers out there. Everybody's so creative and passionate about what they do. But until you take it to the next level, and even then, like when you mentioned, it becomes a grind. Like I can't even imagine doing that piece all the time, right? Like there's a lot of amazing LAN, right? Like Lego ambassadors out there, and Lego sends them sets. But I just feel like there would be some sets I would not enjoy making personally. So it's not like they get to choose which ones they get, right? So those little sort of like I don't know.
I think they can deny. They can say,
can they?
I don't want this. Don't send it to me. But then who's gonna say
who's like what right? Games they like, and they send it
and maybe just a time frame too. Like they are in a time frame to get a product out, right? And review.
I think you're denying or accepting. I don't know fully, and you guys might know better than I do. But I think maybe they tell you the theme. And that's it. So you really don't know what's coming. So you have to make that decision. And what if you're not into the Mario stuff? Like, how do you feel obligated and pushed to now have to talk it up?
And it shows.
Getting it as an ambassador,
correct?
And I've done some review videos, and while they're fun and I enjoy them, I've much rather enjoy working on that and then shooting a little city update video, or hey, we're doing brick built roads now. I just figured out how I'm actually going to do this area, right? Like, and I think Kev might have mentioned it before. When a lot of the city is not custom, right? A lot of it's official Lego sets or alternate builds, right? I'd love to get to the point where I can start doing more custom stuff, like all the accessories, roads, all that stuff is custom to me, but a lot of the buildings are not. But when you're creating that kind of stuff, it gets tough to post on that because it's not a Lego set that you can build in 3 hours and film a review and do all that stuff. This is stuff that takes time. Right? As you know, I'm already writing out flow charts.
You're not even there.
So imagine if I'm building a custom building, how long that's going to take, right? Like, so.
So like where the doors open, how they open.
The
windows.
Right. Yeah, like we do have a custom modular. It's a butcher shop. I brought it to Brick World in our little city build. And, since I work on a computer designing all the time, I'm very comfortable working digitally on designing it. So I have the ability to try a bunch of different things, right? And pulling up references to say, no, this is the style I want to do. And, oh, no, that would make no sense. They need a secondary exit. Like, all that stupid stuff that I shouldn't have to worry about with a Lego.
So you mentioned Brick World. Was that your first time at Brick World Chicago this year?
I went last year too. So
How did you find the difference? How did you find the difference between the first time you went and this year?
I think it was. I mean, what did they have?
Did you bring
they have somewhere of like 60 to 80 additional builds from the previous year, right? So obviously the layout a bunch very different. Felt a little bit more clustered, a little bit more on top of each other, which then made it tough because the crowds were way bigger.
Yeah.
And as we were saying before, it's, you know, I feel like there probably was a chance where a lot of people went like on the public days, and they probably barely saw anything because they were just like, whoa, this is way too many people. I can't get around. Everything's very kind of narrow in certain spots. And it might have turned a lot of people away from the convention of going to it. I love it for, you know, the days when you do the VIP access and you're there a couple days before and you can start seeing people put things together. I had a blast. But really, for me, it's the people. Like, you know, I can't remember every build I saw. I can't remember every person that built it, but I can tell you every joke that was made, everywhere we went, all the laughs we had. Like that's what I think when people ask me and say, "Oh, well, how was the Lego convention? Like, you know, what did you see?" And the majority of my stories were, you know, with the people. It wasn't even about this amazing build that I saw. And that's what's so special to me and why I loved it. And that's why I went again. And this was the first time Tanner, Kevin, and I were all in the same room this year.
You guys
did the
did you guys
5K.
all meet this year? Or
Tanner and I met last year because both of us were at Brick World last year. But this is the first time the three of us were all in the same room.
Kevin.
That day. So that was pretty incredible, right? Because, you know, we all went through this major pandemic that forced us into our homes. And, you know, we started having to meet people online. And I've made these connections for, you know, 2 years. That's what made last year so special. Of all the people that I had met online, all of a sudden we all converged onto one place. And I felt like I ended up missing out on talking with people last year because it was just so kind of chaotic. Or this year, I could kind of relax a little bit more, knew the lay of the land, knew how it operated. So then I could actually spend a little bit more time talking with people and chatting them up a little bit. So,
and you did the superhero race as well, right?
I did.
Why did you say it like that?
I did. Well,
that's Kevin. That was Kevin's response too, in that same kind of manner.
What's your definition of actually competing in a 5K race? Like what? What's the minimal level?
Did you not finish? I thought you finished.
I did. Yes. And I don't know the time, and I never want to know what it was. But...
What, did they not have like mile markers throughout?
It did, but I feel like they were lying. I kept tracking on my watch, and Tanner and I kind of stayed together and kind of walked, run, and did this whole kind of thing here. And I would say, okay, all right, cool. We're at 2 miles. And then it would be 2.2. We'd finally get to the marker that said you're at 2 miles. And I was like, there's no way this is wrong.
Something's wrong.
This is not true.
You made it longer.
This isn't cool at all.
So, it was really a 5-miler.
And I guess you're even in better shape now than you were when you ran the race.
Much.
Because I hear that you've slimmed down quite a bit.
I'm trying. Yeah, thanks. I'm doing my best.
And are you running as well?
I do a lot of cardio, not necessarily running. So, I mean, 10 years ago, I was in pretty good shape. I was a bit of a gym rat, and you know, I used to do 5Ks a lot and would do pretty well. So, you know, I kind of knew going into that the Superman one that it probably wasn't going to go well. I had just started working out at that point, just trying to get ready for that a little bit, but really took it serious when I got back from Brick World. And Kev,
it kind of inspired you.
Kev, Moira, Tanner.
Sounds like you're ready for next year's.
They've all been incredible. You know what? If we didn't do it, I wouldn't be too upset.
You're just scarring memories now.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because I look back at some of my old 5K races because you can still find them online. And you can see the times I ran them in then compared to what I know I probably ran this in. I was like, oh my gosh. Oh. Yeah, and that's what one of my coworkers said. She's like, you know, you're old. And I was like,
it should be personal bests per new decade that you've
Yes,
and it kind
100%.
of is, right? Like that's how if you like sign up for Boston, it's by gender and it's by time as per age, but
age group.
You enter the next age. So on one hand, like I've entered younger part of the 45 to 49. So I'm like, I'm in the younger part again. But man, I'm no longer in the 40 to 44 spectrum here.
No.
I'm much younger, but
we have like a lot of places on Thanksgiving, there's a 5K race on the day of Thanksgiving, right? So my grandfather, who will turn 90 next year, still runs the 5K every year. And he's kind of like I finished first. And we have specifically not told him that part.
One out of one.
Well, one, there's no one else running in your age. Let's be honest here.
That's amazing.
So
That's wild.
That's good.
It's pretty interesting.
It'll be interesting, like how Disney World, they have all the races in January at Disneyland. I wonder if Legoland will ever promote races. I don't know. It's how races have become very gimmicky. Like there's so many different kinds of themes out there.
Well, the Thanksgiving one,
right? But maybe Legoland. There's a bunch of Legolands all over, scattered. That there could be a Legoland leg race.
Yeah.
Well, leg race.
I saw what you did there. I think you got to get on the horn with Lego to market that one.
Yeah.
Where's my?
What's up next?
Oh, I was gonna do the badum ching.
Oh, okay.
So, you've been to other conventions besides Brick World Chicago?
I've been to Brick Universe, which is one of the ones that travels around. Smaller group. It has kind of the same builders that go to that one, like Paul Hetherington and a couple other ones that do those ones. And then we went to the last Brick Fair that they had in New Jersey a couple of years ago. They did one there. We're gonna go to Brick Fair this year in Virginia and just kind of forgot.
Forgot.
You would have seen Harold.
Harold was there.
Because that's not a terrible ride for us from here. I drove out to Chicago. That was a 12 and a half hour drive.
They're already 5 hours from us, right? So we're like 9 hours from Harold. So that's close.
Virginia's not too bad of a drive for me. But I just my whole month of August was just absolutely crazy with work. Yes. So it just none of that was in the cards really.
Yeah. I was just at Brick Slopes, I guess, a couple weeks ago. I saw Tanner there.
Yeah, and that's the one I think we're talking about going to next year. I'd still love to go to Chicago too. That one is tough for me because it's Father's Day weekend. Right. So
he takes all of the kids. This is the tricky part. And we're like, okay.
How many kids do you have?
I've got 3.
I've
got twins. That just went into 6th grade today or yesterday, and then a 3rd grader. And they're except for my son, the girls are very, very busy and active.
Oh, nice. So you guys start after Labor Day as well?
Yes. Their first day was yesterday.
Oh, yesterday.
They were you guys already had like a PD day right away? Yesterday was, I am so off. I know this week was already short because of Labor Day.
Yesterday was Thursday.
Yep. And so our kids all started 3 different schools on Tuesday. But this should be part of the segment of what did you do this week?
Oh, true. All right.
I'm just saying, because if he's like, what did you do this week? Oh my God, I already said everything that I did.
You guys heard nothing.
Nothing. That's just a spoiler.
Segue.
We're gonna forget everything.
So having said that, share your stories. Share your stories. Share your stories. Weekly recap.
Perfect. That was so timely.
Yeah. Well, I had nothing go on this week. I don't know about you guys.
I felt busy. It felt short.
Yeah.
I actually felt like
short busy.
I feel like long weekends make a short week feel long, and then I'm all sorts of disoriented, like what days of the week.
Well, recently every weekend we've been streaming on Twitch for the past, I guess, 5 weeks now.
He's pulling me into these Lego dates
because Maria's hasn't really built until we started doing these stream dates because I've just been taking over all the building.
Yeah,
but
the last decade.
This past Saturday or Sunday. This past Sunday, Maria and I were building Gringotts.
You're gonna see it.
And
it's
so
quite the set.
How did you find?
Again, like
because you built what?
I've had the.
Oh, you started building the middle part.
I forgot you guys say build.
Yes. So he already started like the cavern part, and then I kind of finished the cavern part along with the tracks. So the tracks are very smooth, but again, I do appreciate how Lego execute the build. You know, like you can't just think they're building it like there is a step-by-step process, but sometimes you put things together and you have like an aha moment, like, oh, that's so cool, like how pieces are put together or things like that, right?
Yeah.
So,
like the cavern part itself, it's actually two crosses.
a T bar.
That slide together,
right? And so it's like
because when you look at the picture, you're like, how's this gonna not topple over?
Right.
But it's pretty sturdy.
And then all the small details that they actually try to put in. I mean, yes, Lego has to be mindful about the number of pieces that they have in any set just to keep costs down on an already expensive set. But still, just the amount of pieces that they have. Like there's a play area there, a play part where it's who's it? Bellatrix Lestrange. Her
goblets start multiplying.
And so there's this door that you actually have to insert 16 goblets. And I'm like, really, Lego?
16?
Did we need 16 goblets? But you do it, and then you hit a little goblet in it, and all the goblets kind of like flush out, right? So those little things.
Oh, interesting.
Where I'm always wondering, okay, what kid actually plays with this? These are the kids who play with this.
Yeah, because once it's on the shelf, our kids won't be able to touch it.
Right.
Right. And so it was actually a beautiful build, and then Nick finished the rest of it. But yeah, every weekend lately, that's how Nick kind of entices me to build. And initially I didn't think it was going to be on a Twitch forum or even with Nick. Like I literally thought he's like, oh, let me take the kids out for you and you can build. And you can like listen to an audiobook or something. No, it was essentially like
I have my camera set up.
Like, what's going on? Oh, put your hand here so they can actually see the parts that you're putting together.
Because you're always like building here. I'm like, I'm moving the camera closer to her so
and then the more you build things, of course, there's more of a fluency of how you put the pieces together. But I'm quite spoiled by Nick because he actually will give me the pieces as we go, because I'd be like, okay, where are these pieces? In any case, it's I'm a work in progress as I'm trying to go through it. But when he said let's make Gringotts, I'm not kidding. I was overwhelmed. I was like, I felt anxious. I'm like, I don't know if I can commit to this.
But you did it
because I got weeds to pull in the backyard and stuff like that.
That's right. Limited time here.
Right.
Sunset's sooner now. Come on.
But so kids started school right on Tuesday. 3 different drop off because we have one in grade 4. Our second just started high school, so a different school altogether, and then our third went off to college again.
Second year.
So it's been good. I appreciate that they are back in school, that we're back to some sort of routine, I think.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes.
Harry started already?
Yeah, he started last week.
Oh, last week.
And they already got like a holiday, like a 96.
Yeah.
So they had last Friday and Monday off.
Like a PA day.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I had to bring him to work on Friday, and I was like,
sorry, I just had nowhere to leave him.
Was that a thing?
Yeah.
Take your kid to work day.
A lot of my other coworkers, like, we all brought our kids, and then we just like left work earlier. But it was just funny because like our office was a daycare. We're just like, what the heck?
Here a kid. There's another kid for you to play with. Here's some Lego. Go at it.
Yeah. But it was nice. I mean, it was like a short week, but it was a busy week. I was like, I've been taking naps.
Yeah, I work in a hospital. I work in an oncology department, and they were anticipating that we are going to get busy this fall again. Sadly, like, not that cancer stops during the summer. It's just specialists are on vacation, and so that kind of stalls diagnostics and all that stuff. So we're here bracing ourselves for the tsunami of cases that apparently should come, and I'm sure it's going to be a bit of a build-up. But this week we're back to our late shifts. And I love them. Me personally, I'm probably the only one in my entire department who loves these late shifts. I start at 1, I end at 9. Everybody hates me, but they love me because I take all of their late shifts if they can, right? But part of it is my kids are older, and we've made it work that Nick's home when I'm not home and stuff like that. But I don't know what it is, but like just recently, I started to feel guilty. I know this isn't quite the Lego talk that we're instituting here. Right? Maybe it's for lack of nap.
Guilty for what?
Weekly recap.
I feel guilty that I'm actually I feel like I'm missing out on the kids.
And you're missing out on.
I don't know what it is because
but they're still awake when you get home.
I know they are, and they're older, and I mean, they all have their devices that I'm texting them, and they probably don't like it when I go, "Hey, start your laundry."
Marissa,
hey, I am a helicopter mom. Hey, can you vacuum like the family room while you're out there? So I am that mom, right? But
the Find Your Phone app is always on use.
Yeah. But my kids are good. They'll do all their chores and everything. But it's just a very recent feeling that I'm like, should I be doing all of these late shifts again? Like, they are awake. I mean, they are older, like I said, but something.
They don't miss you.
And they don't. When I come home early, they're like, "Why are you here?"
I get that too. Why are you home now?
Why are you home now? And I'm like,
oh, your schedule changed as well.
No, I work a ton of hours. It's just the way I am.
And you're like, why are you home? And I'm like,
yeah. So I go into the office around 7 a.m. And then I'm usually leaving around 5:36. A lot of times I go back. The minute I leave the office, I don't want to do any of that work. Like I work hard to separate work from home.
Same.
Yeah.
But there will be times I need to get something done, so I'd rather go back in. Or like last month, I was doing, a ton of hours on the weekends, plus a ton of hours during the work week. That we had wrapped up a portion of our project, and we just kind of celebrated a little bit, and I was like, I'm exhausted. I'm gonna go take a nap in my car before I drive home, because I know it's not gonna stay. I fell asleep for almost 2 hours in my car.
Oh wow.
I woke up and was like, oh my gosh, everyone's gone. What's going on? Oh my God, it's 12:30.
Oh wow.
Went 12:30 a.m. Went back in, did a half hour worth of work, and then went to home.
Oh my gosh.
Oh wow.
Do you have quite a commute from home to work though, or it's not too bad?
I'm pretty fortunate. It's not. It's not very far. Okay. It's 15 minutes or so. So it works. And then I usually try to wait for the kids to go to bed, and then I'll go back to work. If I can do it that way, that's usually how I'd prefer to do it. But it was. But I love what I do. So the minute my brain starts working and I'm doing that stuff, I just get a second wind, and I can just. So that week, I had gone, I think 44 hours without sleep.
Oh my gosh! Yeah.
Ooh.
So that's it felt like I was back in school of trying to get like these projects done. But that's the one tough thing about working in education, is you have such limited time for when school is over that the work construction can actually get done.
Yeah.
And then everyone's also trying to submit their documents for construction at the same time too. There's these certain milestones that you have to hit throughout the year, and you think I'd get better at it, but why not?
Nice. We also watched the Ahsoka episode 4.
Oh, yeah.
Are you watching
Harold
Ahsoka?
tells us it's going to be canceled, and I'm like, what? Because I'm actually
I don't think it's going to be
this.
Canceled.
I'm enjoying the whole thing.
They're referring to Bob Iger's like pretty much policy right now, that he's cutting a lot of spending. If you notice your Disney Plus,
it's getting more expensive.
Yeah, it's getting more expensive. I think it's like $13.99 now.
We have Spectrum cable. They provide our cable here, and all the channels that Disney owns are not available right now. So if you switch to one of the channels, it says we are trying to renegotiate with Disney, and they're asking way too much, and we're trying to renegotiate for our viewers. So hopefully we'll get to a new contract. So it's that kind of sounds right up that alley of their. Because Disney is hurting right now.
They lost a lot of money.
So why did they lose money? From what?
The pandemic.
A lot of their show productions
from the parks?
well in the box office.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Like a lot of the recent releases have been doing pretty terrible. Yeah.
But what did you guys think about episode 4?
I mean, I loved it.
Yeah, I thought it was great.
I thought it was fantastic.
I just didn't understand the ending. Harold was trying to explain
She's in that. Wait, are we gonna have spoilers here? What if people haven't watched it yet?
Well, how do we handle that? Too bad, people.
We can do
we can do it in sign language.
Sure.
No.
Well, I mean, it's
earmuffs.
I was reading on a couple theories that's not really Anakin. Sky Guy? It's not really Sky Guy.
So she had a concussion.
Yeah.
She saw.
Or is this in her imagination? Like she's, and then they're gonna.
Oh, no, this happened before.
Yeah, it's the pathway to other worlds or something.
Yeah, the world
between worlds. Yeah, world between worlds.
Yeah.
Like I was telling you, Nick, it was like, in Rebels, Ezra goes into the Temple of the Fall, like goes through, sees like all these scenes throughout like the Rebel episodes, sees Ahsoka almost getting cut down by Darth Vader and pulls her in.
Oh.
Yeah. And then,
so I wasn't sure who pulled her into this world of worlds when she fell off the.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna figure out in episode 5.
Episode 5. Okay, so the questions will be answered in episode 5.
Maybe.
Which is kind of crazy.
How many episodes altogether though? Like
8.
Oh, really?
8 episodes.
Yeah, so it's almost
so the next 3 episodes, or is it just episode 5? Is going to be in select theaters.
I heard that.
Yeah.
You can watch it in the theater.
Yeah, watch it in IMAX. Yeah.
Episode 5. So does that mean episode 5 is going to be really good for people to pay extra money?
It's inconsistent for length.
Yeah. It's a 2.5 hour feature.
That's right. Like Stranger Things, right?
Like
some are 30 minutes and some are like 3 hours. And you're like, how many 30 minutes have been sitting on this, right?
Yeah, right.
Well, I feel like the last 2 episodes might have originally been together and they just split it up into like 30-minute segments. Because
oh my gosh, I was ranting on episode 3.
They seem so short, but they also seem connected.
Mm-hmm. It's weird how that happens with all those shows, right? You get the 49-minute episode, you get the 27-minute episode, then you get the 35.
Yeah.
It's really odd.
Is that why there's a writer's strike? That's a different topic.
It only seems like Star Wars. It's just with these Star Wars episodes that we have these weird times.
Yeah, the Mandalorian, Boba Fett did that.
I'm sure they'll say it's time release.
But yeah, the lightsaber fights were
that was
crazy.
Good.
Yeah. Yeah, so I was telling Christine, I was like, those are actual kendo techniques. Or Yaido. Mm-hmm. So when Ahsoka goes like her,
she does like this
that way, right?
Yeah.
That's a more offensive technique.
But doesn't she do that in the cartoon as well? I feel like
she always had 2
poses
in a cartoon.
So I watch Tanner's favorite YouTube channel, Emergency Awesome. Reviews and stuff, right? Yeah. So they've talked about that, where how they're trying to bring a more samurai Japanese style fighting to Ahsoka, because that's what was George Lucas's. He loved that stuff, and that's what his inspiration for Star Wars.
100%.
So there's, and I agree. I love it. I think it's amazing. I wish they would do more of that.
Yeah, you saw that little homage to like the Obi-Wan episode. Where she's like this and then goes like this.
Yep.
And then she slices.
And then 1//. Yeah, that's like or samurai technique.
Yeah, because they actually, some of the names of I think the moves when they're training and stuff are actual true samurai names for actual techniques and stuff. So I love how they're bringing that into it. I'm a novice and an amateur when it comes to that knowledge of that stuff. So
that's cool to see though.
Yeah. But it really.
And then Lord Balin seemed like he was fighting with like a broadsword.
Yeah.
It was like strong.
How do you feel that he got that Darth Vader moment of walking through the corridor of the ship at the beginning?
Oh, yeah.
How do you feel about that? Does that bother anyone?
It doesn't bother me. But I don't
know.
Does it bother a lot of people?
I don't think it bothers anyone. But it bothers me a little bit. I might be the only person that does. I haven't had the chance to talk about it yet.
I didn't notice it. That's why I guess it didn't bother me.
Like, the original with Darth Vader going through in episode 4, right? It was a little clunky and stuff, and they kind of reimagined it for Rogue One and everything. Yeah. It was like that character just, loved that ability, like Luke going in and just going through that corridor walk scene of those iconic characters. And then all of a sudden it's this person that I have no idea who he is, and he's just walking through and he's doing everything.
He hasn't paid his dues.
Exactly. Thank you. I'm going to change minds tonight.
My thing is like, everyone's giving like stormtroopers like crap for not aiming. Like the rebels were just like, "Ooh, something shiny. Let's go shoot at that." Yes. He just does this.
I know.
Right, and then how did Sabine miss so many shots?
Right.
She's a Mandalorian. They're supposed to hit every shot they take. Yeah. What was that all about? I don't know.
Too much Jedi training. She lost her.
Oh, she's lost her way.
And where's her power?
She doesn't have power, does she?
Yeah, I want to know like what's between Sabine and Ahsoka, their relationship.
Maybe they'll do a flashback. Which maybe that's episode 5.
So there's nothing out there in, I don't know, any realm that would explain that. So it's still unwritten.
Yeah.
So everybody's question really is justified by
so far. So Maria knows that Sabine's family died during the purge of Mandalore.
Yeah, they talked about that.
I don't know if Sabine has some kind of resentment with Ahsoka because I think they were training and Ahsoka didn't allow her to be with them.
But then she would be dead.
Huh?
She might have been dead.
She might have been killed during the purge. Yeah.
Right.
So that was like one thing I was like kind of interested about.
Yeah. But I think the whole scope of it feels very cinematic, right? Like the whole Ahsoka. Like I enjoyed Endor, but this one too. It just feels like you can watch it. Endor. I feel like you could watch it at a movie theater, and I know they're bringing that to everybody's homes now, right?
Just
all these
take out the lightsaber stabbings.
I'm just hoping they don't bring us to. I'm just hoping they don't bring us to Tatooine. I think we've had enough.
We're okay.
Enough of the Skywalkers.
Oh my gosh! Like, could you imagine Thrawn? He goes through. He shows up, and all of a sudden he lands on Tatooine. Like, I will stop watching the show immediately if that happens.
Yeah, we want to see like the new galaxy.
Places, but even like the whole, when they bring the map and all the constellations are splayed out in like that itself has its own atmosphere. Like it's Star Wars, but it's almost like a warlock witchy sort of feel to it that's never been quite there for Star Wars, right? Given that it's all about stars and wars, but you don't quite see something beautiful or poetic like that. Like, I don't know.
Like now that you mentioned the galaxy, Nick, is like, I don't know if a lot of people noticed that Dave Filoni, instead of rewriting Star Wars, pretty much created a new Star Wars with a new galaxy. So that galaxy they can create like a whole new like story.
Yes, a new whole storyboard. Yeah, for sure.
Like that we're gonna see with Thrawn, you mean?
I mean, like all in general, like
you
can have like a brand new like Force
storyline,
like
anything. Isn't it also going to become a new trilogy of movies? Eventually, right?
Yeah.
So, with Rey.
I heard Rey. I don't know. It's all up in the air.
They might change it.
Anything. I know the actor Daisy Ridley has been talking about it, but
I've been wondering when, like, with the episode, like, when are we going to see Zeb? Because we saw him, like I thought maybe he was going to be in one of the X-wings as they were going. I thought that would have been really cool, right? Like that would have been really cool as they go through with. I don't remember the other guy who's been in a bunch of the shows now, but they show him as in the first X-wing, right?
We love him.
Then they go to the other. I was really hoping like the last one was going to be Zeb inside of it. I thought that would have been cool, but they didn't tap me for that
fan service.
So, but that like when are we going to see Luke? Are we going to see Luke show up in one of the 3 episodes, right? Like, it's hard to believe that they'll have a Thrawn, all this stuff without Luke involved, if you go back to a lot of the books and everything.
Yeah, I was going to say that,
Yeah, so, like, I'm curious on how they do those reveals of them coming in there. Because, right, like, why show Zeb in The Mandalorian if he's not all of a sudden going to make an appearance in Ahsoka? Right?
Because he's one of the main guys.
Yeah, and then what about what was the Inquisitor's name? Maruk?
The guy who
right? Disappeared. And everybody was wondering, hey, is he going to be Ezra? Like, what's this big like spin of who the character's going to be? And then he was green dust.
Yes, I know. We're like, what is that?
He wasn't even red dust, so it wasn't even like he was one of the witches. It was just green. It's like Emerald City. I don't know.
So that means he wasn't even a real person. He was just like.
Well, he was in. If you watched like they did like a kind of animated series with Ahsoka and Count Dooku.
Oh right, Star Wars Tales.
That's where, because I think Ahsoka fought an Inquisitor similar to Merrick. It was just gas.
Oh, okay.
Huh.
Yeah. Well, but there's another theory that it might be like one of those undead Night Sisters. I was like, I don't think so.
Maybe.
Yeah.
It was fun for all the theories running around that it was Ezra and then it was just green dust.
It's green dust.
So Maria's been watching
like the game. I forgot.
the game.
Jedi Survivor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No.
I was just gonna say Maria's been watching the so on Disney Plus they have the essential Ahsoka episodes
because I feel like I'm lacking in knowledge,
and so it's like
they really curate
sequential episodes from
it'll be like
Clone
season
Wars.
1 episode 3 and then season 4 episode whatever. Like it's not
just
every
jumps.
single episode.
Really? What are they?
Just allows.
I'm sorry. Is it a mix of like Clone Wars and Rebels, or what do they?
Yes.
It's Clone Wars, and then goes into Rebels, and then I think it goes into the live action.
But it allows you to see her character development, right? When she was a Padawan with Anakin, and so forth, as she matures, and the decision-making process that she goes through, and
all the mistakes she's making.
Yes, exactly, and how she is like Anakin in terms of some temperament.
So now you have a better idea of this character from just seeing Rosario Dawson.
Right, because I mean, I've seen like Nick and the kids watch Rebels and stuff like that, and I do see, this noisy, mischievous looking Ahsoka. And then when I see her, she's very composed, she's very regal. She's like this all the time. She
a lot of people didn't like that.
Thoughtful. Huh?
But that's how she's in Clone Wars.
My friend doesn't like her when she's like, when did Ahsoka get so wise? Like a Jedi Master. It was like
maybe all the Jedi Masters are wise, right?
She's always crossed her arms in all through Clone Wars. But now she speaks like Yoda and Obi-Wan and
but like I said, she works with the daughter from the Mortis arc.
It's as long as she doesn't get as old and wise as Boba Fett and become like kind of a
back the tank.
Yeah, like as long as we don't get there. Again, if we get to that point, I'm done watching it. So
that's in a different alternate universe, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, is it that time?
Maybe.
It's time for show and tell.
It's our show and tell music.
Yep.
I like it. Were you saying your son puts all this together, right?
Yeah, he's composed all of these songs, and he has more songs that he's composed. He's like, when's Dad going to use my new songs?
That's what I said too.
No, there's the whole, like listen to a song sometimes it's like catchy or
branding.
Maybe it was season 4.
Halloweeny though, right? Like that sort of.
A little spooky.
Yeah, a little spooky
vibe to it.
Poor Qui-Gon.
So, what do you got?
So, given that it was actually a short week, I don't really have a recent show and tell, I guess, for this week, except for groceries. That I don't think anybody wants to see my 4 jars of mayo that I got in Costco. Mayonnaise is on sale at Costco. But I collect a lot of pens. I collect pens specifically by Mont Blanc. And this is again from the Heritage and Rouge et Noir Baby Special Edition Collection, and it's actually no longer available for purchase. It probably came out a year ago, so I'm quite surprised that it actually sold out pretty quickly. But even Mont Blanc themselves, in terms of packaging, they have become quite spare. So in the past, it would be like this heavier black box. It opens like a jewelry box.
Do you know Mont Blanc?
No.
And so it's my dad used to collect all these pens, and it's the highest peak in somewhere in Europe. Like it's the name of mountain, Mont Blanc.
It's a mountain.
But
you don't know what country.
Is it France? I want to say France. Oh my god, I'm
it
terrible.
Sounds French. Mont Blanc.
I think Blanc is black in French, right?
White.
Color black. Yeah,
white.
That's what I meant.
That one. The other one. The other contrast color.
The other shade.
Oh, très bien.
Yes.
Très bien.
So in any case, it's been very spare that it literally just slides out, and it's no longer like a jewel case. It just slides out like I guess maybe a pencil case, and they don't even have. They used to have the pen nestled, like they'll have again, like when you have a ring you propose, the ring is nestled in a pillow. They used to have a pillow in these boxes, and no more.
Oh.
They don't even have a pen in it anymore. Wow.
I know they just have a pen, and it's like linen.
Where's the pen?
Everything is so I guess minimal, and so it slides out. So it's a very small pen, and all of them are capped with this 6-point star, and that's actually how the peak of Mont Blanc looks, I guess, from the top. But their symbol is this.
Why is the pencil short and chubby?
So this was a pen that was designed in the 1920s when they were first coming out, and and again, this is part of the Heritage Collection.
Smaller.
Yeah,
yes, exactly. Yeah. And they're just again revisiting their
We're like
archives.
giants now.
They're huge. I mean, was there ever like a 60-inch Filipino ever? No, they were like tinier, right? Like, so I'm a giantess now, but
it's all the processed foods.
Yes, delicious. morning cereals, Costco muffins, all of the above. But Montblanc had been going through their old archives from 100 years ago and trying to re-release these sort of like iconic pens from the 20s or 30s. And so this is a small baby, they call it a baby special edition, and it's a fountain pen. And so no, I didn't put a cartridge in it, but it's just an interesting.
Do you know how to write with these?
Yeah, of course I do know how to write. I prefer writing with
regular people who write with ball pen write with those.
I think so, but I prefer my nibs very fine. So this is actually an extra fine ball pen nib. And this actually isn't a drawn out ink. You can actually just feed it with a cartridge. So usually Montblanc will have, or other pen places too, will have a cartridge already pre-filled with ink, and you just pop it into the piston, and then you can go. And so I guess from that time frame, this was as portable as a ball pen could be. A ball pen was actually invented the century before, but Montblanc was trying, of course, to incorporate it in something more classy. There's no clip, but who clips things on things? So I think this would be like something where you can put in your wallet or your small purse and you pop it in. But it's tiny, it's cute, and usually a lot of their pens are black barreled. So again, this is a rarity that it's a white barreled. So I thought I would ask.
That's cool.
Get it. So that's I don't know. I do love pens. I do write and draw a lot with pens.
When you put ink in that, how long can you use that before you need to refill that?
It's actually quite long. So most pens, you would have to draw it from actually an inkwell. Like you actually rotate the top nib and it draws it in a piston form. And again, this is probably one of their more just convenient way that they have a cartridge. What did I call it? A cartridge. And even this cartridge, I even have syringes that you can pull from a inkwell, and you can actually refill these cartridges. So you can change the ink in so many different colors.
So if you were to use it every day, would that last a month?
I journal a lot, and I actually also draw a lot with these things, and it takes quite some time to even finish this. It's
like
probably
a month or a year.
It depends how much I want to say about 15 pages worth of writing.
Okay.
It's still a lot. Like here, I'm like trying to sometimes like I want to.
And you can just buy this in the store.
Yep, you can buy this, or they even have prepackaged already from Montblanc, like maybe a box, a small box of 6, and you can say I just want black ink or green ink, and they have a lot of colors. And
is it expensive? The
cartridge? Such a stationary hoarder. No, the box is probably $10.
How many Gringotts can you buy with one?
Gringotts? I could buy a lot of inks with with one Gringott.
Yes, Millennium Falcons.
We only know things in terms of Lego.
Like Lego, right?
Yeah.
How many
Lego sets?
Bring it back. Yeah. Bring it back.
Yeah.
No, that's how like we were friends. We discussed like how much things are cost because they're slowly getting into Lego too.
Okay.
One of them was like, "Oh, I just got I had to pay New York like $800." I was like, dang, that's 8 like Vespas.
Yes.
And they're like, what?
Lego Vespas. And they're like, oh yeah.
Where do you buy your mopeds? Because
exactly.
For that price.
So that's my quick show and tell.
What about that?
Nick wants me to show this Beyblade arena. So a girlfriend of mine, her son's outgrown it, and it's just one of these things. Yeah, and so Hayden's been playing with it. I don't even know how to play these.
It has
things.
like tracks in there.
They do. So I think you have to do like a battle, right? It's the Beyblade burst. I'm sure it's from a year or so ago.
Yeah.
And
Harry and Hayden were playing with that.
It was very loud and noisy upstairs when he was playing, but Nick didn't think I would have a legit, show and tell.
But aren't you going to show how to?
I don't even know how to do it. I feel like they all come apart. I'm like a Beyblade. I don't know.
You've shown pens every week. Please show something else.
That's right.
Beyblades.
Pretty much. Thanks, Nick. And Nick can't even show you how to do it.
You have to put it in here.
My son's into that too, and he mixes it all
Yes. Well, this is all the different colors, right? I think something's missing.
When I used to play that. They would have full metal rings, and then when they collide, they'll spark.
Yes, it all comes apart.
Yeah. So
now it's rubber and stuff like that.
But you gotta take this out.
It's actually speaking of toys, because we're talking about Beyblades. Actually, Tristan, the guy who's our son, who's in industrial design, his first project actually is
a top.
He has to design a toy, and so it's actually
cool.
Yeah. He
what is he gonna make?
He doesn't know yet, so he's actually learning the 4 types of play. He was like, when I pick him up at school, sometimes he gets quite chatty with the curriculum. I'm like, what are 4 types of play?
pull it.
Really?
Which is great.
Like,
That
don't
means
hit-
he's
don't hit the
enjoying it,
computer.
right? The more he wants to talk
Yes,
about
I
that.
really hope so.
Right.
It's supposed to be the other way.
Well, that definitely
You're not
that
supposed
went
to block it with
smoothly.
your hand.
The top's supposed to face the bottom.
Isn't it
hold it
supposed
like
to be
this.
upside down, Nick?
You
It's not
want
supposed to
other
do that.
way.
It's this way.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
that way?
and you have to say,
That's
let
the
it
top.
rip. Oh.
That was like a plop.
Okay, I will practice for another.
I'll bring mine too.
Viewers.
I was gonna
Nice.
say, like, me and Harry got really into it. I bought like those premium versions.
Yeah, how many did you buy, Harold?
I bought one. Like, y'all have like their own.
Brick Princess enjoys the pens. So there you go.
Thank you.
Yeah, the
pen
at
pals.
the firm that I used to work at, his son was really into it, and they went to tournaments.
Wow.
For a Beyblade
played
tournament, I think down in
tournaments?
New York City. Yeah, they went for one.
Wow, there must
Like,
be
it's
something
pretty
for
crazy.
everything, right?
Like
So
all
in a
these people,
tournament-
they're like with bags, and they have their Beyblades inside these bags, and like
And are they
they'll have
like
the styrofoam
velvet
to hold them in
lined?
that
Yeah, I was gonna say
place.
the special case.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
So is there
100%.
a skill? Is there a skill?
Is
of
it all
how
in the
to-
elbow or is it in the shoulder?
Or Harold, do you know? Like for a tournament,
That's right.
How
What
do
are the
you-
techniques?
It's
And
like
so
one out
is
of
it
like it's out of
who
3.
wins? Like the one who's like spinning the
or is
longest?
it just luck?
Or you took everything out and you're still spinning?
You have a better Beyblade.
So
that's
the
been
official
longer?
rules is that it's out of 3. You have to knock out your opponent's Beyblade. So it could either be
Oh.
a full knockout where it explodes, or it's
Oh.
until the other one stops. Whoever lasts the longest.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I feel like
Eric, what do you got for a show and tell?
So for Lego wise, I actually finally opened up this big set. This is
Which one is that?
Hogwarts Castle,
Oh, the big
Oh.
big,
the-
big one,
The
and I
mini
am sorting the parts right now for it because I'm going to do the university alternate build
Oh,
to
what's
add
that?
to the
I've seen
Lego
that.
City. So,
What's the? Do you have a share screen?
me share screen?
I don't know. Is there?
Can I do
Is
that?
there? A
I
photo?
could probably pull it up on my phone as I'm talking about it. So, I will find out who the designer is because I can't remember it off the top of my head.
But this is rebrickable.
But
Is it
on
Breakable?
Rebrickable, someone took the time to take Hogwarts Castle and actually do an alternate build for it. It's
Wow,
called the
nice.
University. It has a very kind of gothic cathedral kind of look to it.
That's cool.
And I have some ideas on how it's kind of going to work in the city. Hopefully I can find it. But I guess maybe the best way is to look under Hogwarts Castle instead of the university. But that's my plan. So I started sorting that. I'm not completely done yet. I've got...
Do you have space behind you where you have an idea where it's going to settle? Or...
Oh.
He has flowcharts.
Yeah.
It already has a place where it is going in the city. It doesn't end up being like a super tall one compared to some of the other ones.
Okay.
It still stays in that kind of relative. I think it's shorter than the town hall.
Okay.
I think even though you have a couple extra floors on yours,
Oh,
it's nowhere near as tall as that. But it takes up a 32 by 48 base plate.
Okay.
And you have a little bit of options of changing it up a little bit because the 16 by 32 is not completely connected to the 32 by 32 plate. So you can, maybe move it around a little bit kind of to your own thing. But it's one that I've put on the back burner for quite a while. Just because it's 4,000 plus parts. So it's one that's going to take you
a little bit more than a day.
bit of time, but so that's kind of what I did with Lego.
Okay.
I started finally tackling the Bad Batch shuttle.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
With buds.
Yes.
I started that probably like 2 months ago, and as I started cleaning the room, found it again, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I started building." I'll let you finish that. at
That's
some
where it
point.
went.
Yeah, because when it's come to those ones, it really is mostly for the minifigures as to why. I
Yeah.
got them.
Yeah.
My son didn't. He's the one who's still really kind of into Lego. My youngest daughter still is. My son, or my oldest daughter, never really got fully into it. So I love it. He'll come down and do all the scenes in the city when it was clean. He would do all the scenes for it, and that's fun. So while I'm looking this up, with your modulars, did you ever have an actual Lego city set up, or have they always just been more of a display setting on a shelf kind of thing?
I've never had a Lego city.
Mm-hmm.
I have a pool table here where people are always
use it as a city.
Do your city on the pool table, but then we use it for building and for sorting and for live streaming and for playing pool.
That's what the kitchen table's for.
So the modulars were always just connected sideways.
Yeah.
And so first it was upstairs, and then it moved into the laundry room, and then it moved over here.
Yeah.
And because these used to all be like DVDs behind me before.
Okay.
Way back when.
But I think what's kind of nice about being on the shelves is it gives you the ability to set up some different scenes. If you ever wanted to have some cars and people in front of there, you can really kind of separate each shelf to be its own thing. If you wanted to focus on seasons or maybe holidays, things like that, and really kind of change certain things up, where when you start doing something like this, well, we've got water there, and you've got the birch books that had, the birch tree had was in autumn, right? So it was like, well, I don't want that. So you've got to change that stuff out, where when you keep them to a group of maybe 5 buildings on a shelf, you can actually kind of, I think, play around with
customize
that a little bit more, which I think is a lot of fun. So,
that's true.
So now that I've filibustered long enough, so I have now I got to hit refresh, of course. So the university alternate build is by Bolt Builds, and it's this guy right here. Let's see if I can.
And that's not as tall as.
Wow.
Oh, that looks very cool.
Yeah, it has like a Hogwarts kind of feel to it too.
Let's have like a Cambridge University.
Yeah.
It does.
Cambridge. Yeah.
100%. So
very nice.
I'm gonna put that in the city. I think.
Does it have an interior as well?
It does. Yeah.
Oh wow.
It does. If they would show up better, I would kind of try to show them. But they go around and do a whole bunch of stuff in there.
It's unrebrickable.
Yeah.
And do you have to add extra pieces, or it's just the pieces?
Just base plates. The only pieces you would need to add is base plates. That's it.
Oh, neat.
So
nice.
Yeah. So that's I've been slowly sorting them out.
When is this project going to start? Once it's sorted?
Harold, do you have any show and tell items?
I don't think there's been an episode where I don't have it.
Hopefully soon.
It's going to be on Building with Buds.
I don't think I want to build that on Building with Buds.
What do you got, Harold?
A Star Wars week, so I bought another one of these.
Yes. Okay.
Why? How many do you have now?
So I have 2 of these. I'm still slowly deciding whether or not I want to army build those or not. Probably like another company. I'm getting ready for Christmas, so Christmas and Filipino culture already started. Eric.
Yes, and the Burmans and people in the Philippines are singing Christmas songs already.
Yeah, this is on sale on Amazon for about $12.
I haven't seen that one.
Polar bears
pick one.
And polar bears and
Christmas? Polar bears. I don't know if this is the new one or this was last year.
I've never seen that.
I don't know that one.
But I just ordered at Lego.com this thing.
I think I have the other one. Maybe that is last year's.
The raccoon?
Yeah. So
I didn't know you collected those, Harold.
Huh?
I didn't know you collected those.
Harry does.
Oh, they're all for Harry.
Don't pin that on him.
Yeah, don't. Come on, man. But the biggest thing I got is the ghost.
Yeah. Is this a September 1st purchase?
It came out September 1st.
A pre-order.
Yeah. So I have the old one, which is still in that container over there, but I heard this one is much better than the old one.
How so?
Yeah, how so?
Detail-wise, too. Because, the old one doesn't have this greebling over here. I think it's like more compact.
Mm-hmm.
The old one had like this huge gap where you put the Phantom in. Yeah,
but this one has a puny Phantom.
Yeah, it does have a puny Phantom. But I mean, it's more like swishable, I guess.
All priorities, right?
Yeah, priorities.
Yeah.
Does it have good minifigures?
Yeah. So it has So here are the minifigures. You have a good old Chopper.
Oh, okay.
You have Jason?
Yeah.
Does Jason have green hair? I can't really tell.
No, so this one has brown hair, which people were kind of like,
interesting.
This is going to be another Kanan, like black-haired Kanan. And then who's that? Lieutenant
the orange?
Akbar?
No, this one.
Beta. And then First Officer Hawkins.
I don't know the first person from the show.
Well, they're pivotal characters.
Very
pivotal.
What was that?
Very pivotal characters. You should know them.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I got this week. Hopefully tomorrow I'll pick up the gunship.
Oh, the red one?
Yeah. I'm only buying it at Target because I have a discount there.
Well, absolutely. Yeah. You got to take advantage of the discounts when you have them.
Yeah, exactly. Especially with
but
these.
I'm surprised they don't have a discount for something that's newly released. No.
Yeah.
Well, there was something at Costco. Weren't you guys saying what was out at Costco that was cheap? It was a Star Wars set.
Oh,
Ahsoka's
right? Yeah, the T shuttle.
Yeah, the T shuttle.
A lot of our Lego is still online. Like it's very rarely on site. I think what I've seen on site are the flowers, like the blooms. But
but the T shuttle was
online. There's a lot.
How much off was it? It was quite a bit.
Oh, there's a rumor that the Disney like camera reel might show up at Costco.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you just wait. Maybe you wait for like Christmas presents because it's so hard to get this guy anything.
I've been bugging Christine. I was like, "Can you go to Costco?"
It's gonna be Costco.
Why?
We need peanut butter and.
Yeah, here's my card. Just like go to the Lego aisle.
Yeah.
All right. Is it my turn?
Okay, so this is part of our project last Sunday.
So this is what we built.
Wow.
It's really fun.
Do you guys have a special base plate?
Yeah, I heard about that. I don't know. I don't see anything special about it.
I think it was in one of the corners.
Yeah, the corners has grooves.
Yeah.
You have to pick it up.
So the house comes off.
No, Nick. Just kidding.
No,
the house comes off, right? So we have to actually still carry over to this corner that Nick believes it's going to fit, and then we're never going to touch it for all eternity.
Like this.
Yeah, look at the bottom. It should have like grooves on the corners.
Of the base plate?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like etched marks. There's a normal base plate. I thought we were gonna have like a live situation where it's Spider-Man.
Yeah, so this easily comes off.
Yeah, look how smooth that
falls.
That's so smooth.
But
it's
see,
like...
these little corners.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So the base plate just fits on here. It doesn't clip in or anything.
It just rests on it.
Yeah.
Here, hold.
Oh.
Hold the camera and face it on this. Whoops.
Are your palms sweating? My palms are sweating right now.
Oh my gosh, I'm shaking.
No, it just goes on.
It's so like that. But then you can change the orientation around if you want.
It just lays on.
I remember holding.
You have owls, but lots of amazing detail again with this.
Yeah, I like how this is crookedy.
Yeah, that's cool.
When I did the sticker
hack
to fix the Gringotts.
So it's not so spaced out.
Yeah.
So I cut it and then I just put it beside.
The Gringotts.
And then I did part of the stonework in the front, and even again
Maria did this.
The whole processing, like the whole base part, and it's very cool
how these angles right.
It's interesting how Lego kind of sometimes covers over what you think is already so pretty. So internally, like if you move into the inside, you'll see like these I guess patterns on the maybe marble floor. Like there's all these patterns in the marble floor, but even processing that out, it's like you're thinking, oh, this is pretty, and then Lego then proceeds to cover parts of it with more Lego, and I'm like, what was the point of all of that?
But they
Lego?
do that a lot. Like they hide.
Like, I don't understand why this little piece is hidden, or like there's all these pieces that are like half arches, like a one by one, like a tiny tile, and it'll purposely ask you to put it on a slant, and then Lego covers it. I'm like, what is this? Like it's interesting.
These are printed, which is surprising. because usually these would be stickers.
Oh, the cracks.
These are all printed. What else is
But
cool?
I think once this is in the Harry Potter area, I think we are completely saturated full for our Harry Potter.
I checked. It can fit right here.
I don't know, guys.
Right in this spot here.
Right in that spot. And I'm like, you know, it does.
It's gonna cover Diagon Alley.
There's no flow charts. I just kind of move things over.
Yeah, we moved it by another inch over to the left.
My rates are always reasonable.
Yeah.
You should start hanging stuff on the ceiling now.
So
I don't know.
This clips on.
The dragon?
There's little clips here for the dragon to be
What
perched.
How is the dragon? Looks weird.
So I didn't build a dragon.
Wings can fold.
Nick actually had me skip out the dragon. He's like, "Are you interested?" I'm like, "No."
Yeah, I'd rather have like a molded dragon like Smaug.
Is that a different fire piece? That looks new.
No, it's the orange fire piece.
It looks clearer than the usual because like the ends used to be yellow. It goes dark orange, red to yellow. Yeah, that looks like train.
Yeah, actually, I think you're right. It might be different.
Yeah.
Looking at it now.
Oh,
you can't go into this building, which kind of sucks.
Like
really? You can't open the doors? Let me open the door. See there, I've opened the door.
Yeah, you can go in there.
You can't.
Exactly.
You can open it up.
I'm gonna open it from the inside.
I don't know what this pink thing is.
It's a ball.
Sure from the.
Yeah,
from the
what's the reference?
Yeah, so
with this pink.
It's a ball.
It has like spikes on it, but it has a face. It's a ball with a face.
Maybe it's from Dragon Ball Z.
Two worlds colliding.
I like the walls here. See how like they're even like bulbous? They're like they're like not all flat.
No, such great detail on it. It really is.
Yeah,
cool.
it does.
Even the top has like what's it called? Like a glass ceiling.
Oh yeah, there's like a little room here.
Up in the what's this area? The tower. A secret tower room of extra Lego pieces of maps.
So the angles kind of we put into something and then you close it up and never
see it again. And there's a lot of that in this set. Like again, the playability it's cute. It's
there's stuff
thought of well, here. But then once it's gonna be parked over there, I don't know.
Oh, is that the GWP in the bottom?
No, this is.
Oh, you haven't opened it.
I think you can connect. See this track? I think you can connect it to this to make it longer.
Oh, that'd be great.
I think. I'm not sure because I haven't built it yet.
And that would be
you can see it. It's like 2 bricks with a plate high.
Yeah.
And it's kind of there's 2 bricks and a plate in here. So
you just remove the stop piece and then it goes right in.
Is that where you're building this Saturday?
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
This Sunday. We're busy, aren't we? Hello time.
Hello time on Sunday.
Oh, yeah, hello time. You didn't get the ghost?
No, I'm not gonna get the ghost.
What?
Yes.
Because I already have the old ghost.
Yeah. So it also comes with a card that.
This is Maria's favorite.
It is. It's so smooth.
Oh wait, you can put do this thing.
Oh yeah.
So there's little stoppers.
Yes. And so it stops, and then you can visit this cavern here and see what treasure is
Harry's money
here. And then there's another one too. We're seeing the next
on your
stop.
side.
Is it? No.
Oh, it's right there.
It's like where's the thing?
Right in front of you.
It's in front of you.
Oh, here, haha! Right. There you go. Okay, so let that go, and then it's another stop, and then we see if there's another
treasure room?
And there's a gem here now. So
that's the philosopher's stone.
Yeah, the philosopher's
But
stone.
even these remind me of like Hobbit doors. They're kind of cool. And then you let it go, and it's a very smooth.
Are we gonna show the goblet that multiplies?
I don't know. That's I don't know.
Let's see if it works.
So you put 16 goblets in this little room.
So you see a goblet there, right?
Yeah. Oh.
And it multiplies, but then you have to like insert it from the top.
And now you get to put them all back.
Yes. And so again, like Lego, what are you doing? But yeah, 16. 8 silvers, 8 gold. And I don't know, I can't remember if there's any
so it really multiplies a lot.
Symbolism behind. Yeah. And it's just messy.
It's just messy.
Like,
but there's a hole over here where you just put them in.
All right, so not terrible, but
to reload.
Yeah,
it's fun once or twice.
Yeah, it's fun once or twice.
We did it. Yeah.
I haven't shown Hayden this yet. Well, I showed him the track, but not the multiplying thing, because then he'd be like
doing it over and over again. But it comes with a lot of minifigs.
Yeah, so the minifigures are here. You get a lot of
army of characters.
So the goblins are cool with the goblin ears.
Yes. That mean faces.
I thought this was the philosopher. What's the name of this sword? The Gringotts. I mean the
Horcrux? Isn't it?
Gryffindor sword?
I thought this was the philosopher. Actually, no, this philosopher's stone is a stone.
The sword of Gryffindor?
Maybe it's this, why is he holding it?
Why is he holding it?
I think like he wanted that.
He's the evil.
Wasn't it Goblin made? Goblin forged?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
We're terrible with Harry Potter things here. I swear I read all the books and watched all the movies.
Bellatrix Lestrange is Maria's favorite.
Yes.
So Bellatrix.
Look at that hair.
That's a nice Bellatrix.
And then you can make Bellatrix into Hermione. Because I think
they take the polyjuice.
So it has like but I don't know why she's like has like this sweat on her face.
Because she was sweating.
She's nervous. She's like running away from the bad guys to get the Horcrux before they get caught.
Outside.
So yeah, and it's a cavern under it's hot.
And then this
under
one
caves.
turns into Ron, and he also has like I don't know if it's mud or sweat.
I think it's sweat
or dirt
because it kind of looks like
all
mud.
of the above.
If you look at it,
I thought it was like silvery. I thought it was like silvery.
Oh, and you also get these coins.
We don't know.
And it says in the instructions that you can add this to the icon set.
But is it metal? Is it metallic coins or like
no? It's
plastic.
Like,
and are those stickers?
No, it's printed.
Oh, okay.
Oh, is it? Wow, it's
awesome. But is it a thick plastic material?
It's an off-centered print.
If you put it between your teeth, does it clink or is it just a dull plastic?
It's
What's
Lego.
That for?
Oh, it's just coins. We don't even know where to put it.
Oh, were you thinking like the VIP coin?
Yeah.
No,
that would have been nice if they were like that, but yeah.
Right, and then that's worth buying the whole set.
No, they're the size of like the regular circular tiles that are this.
But I wonder where they can snap on.
Well, it just says you can add them to the icon set.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know where in the icon set. I'm not sure what this is, but that's a thing.
I don't know what this is.
A topiary? Is that a plant? Topiary?
It's very artistic.
Like it looks like it's a sculpture, but I don't. Or is it supposed to be like floating?
Never-ending flow of water.
But why is it by the bank? So I'm not sure.
Like, I don't know.
That's me. That's goblins.
I didn't see it in the instructions, so.
You didn't see it in the instructions?
And so
like
Nick scans
like I didn't see like an explanation in the instructions.
Oh, I thought you meant you like built it yourself.
Maria built it.
That's her mock. That was her mock of the year.
I'm not sure what Maria built. We have some cool stickers. So this is a pumpkin juice.
Pumpkin juice.
And then we have stickers there.
And even if you go inside, it has the chandelier. Like if you taken their ride at Universal Studios, you know how it's so grand inside with the pillars and the columns and the marbling of everything that can be marbled.
Fang. So
it's impressive.
Are you guys gonna get this set?
I'll probably get it
Thanksgiving
next year. I'm getting the Venator.
So I do these ROM walks, the Royal Ontario Museum walks, and they're available Sundays over the summer. And the last one that I just did was about King Street. This is one of the oldest streets in Toronto. And they're going through all the different buildings, old buildings that have been there since Confederation, 1800s, 1867. And of course, when they're building banks, everything was like at who was the monarch at that time? I want to say it wasn't King George. It wasn't quite like the Victorian era, and then after her, it's the Edwardian era. So the end part is the newer. So there was a King Ed Hotel at the end part of this tour. But at the beginning, it was more Victorian era. But all the banks of Canada, like the main banks that built, they had to convey that they were there to stay. And so there are these very big, grand structures with a lot of pillars that came from classical Greek designs, I guess, because the Greeks have lasted forever. Okay. I just never knew that, about like in terms of like architectural history, like why banks are made a certain way, because everything looks, like the Victorian look, and then suddenly a bank will have a pillar which isn't necessarily part of the Victorian look, but
more of a federal style building.
Yes, it's like the whole, if there's the Greek, Doric, Ionic, Corinthian sort of columns, it's just to convey that we're here to stay. Yep. Your money's safe with us. We are richer than you. Thanks for giving us your money to make us richer than you. So I don't know.
I've got the chair.
But yeah, it's again a street lined with many of Canada's old banks from once upon a time.
That was the same thing with any building that was going to be constructed, right? They were showing an investment in the community. So not even just banks, but even general stores, things like that. You'd have your cornice that they'd put a lot of ornamental treatment to it to try to help instill that sense of community.
We're here to stay. We're here for you.
You see that a lot in New York, that type of old style.
Yeah.
But it's that time?
Oh, yes. News you can
use. It's time for news you can use.
Always music you can use. It's always music
going to come out.
From Alan the Brick Fan.
Do you think Alan the Brick Fan is enjoying this anymore?
I mean, if we invited I think before the show, Nick, I'm gonna remind you to bring this up.
Yeah, you guys actually chat before I come down.
It's already up. I just have to pull it up.
Oh yeah, Dolly's still
here. Oh, look at that.
This is fun.
What happened?
That and that. Makes it all around DJ.
All right, news that you can use thanks to Alan the Brick Fan.
Thanks, Alan. Who never knows.
So, these are the current Lego Ideas projects that are under.
I love this, but I think we love it because there's the moon behind this whole set. But if it came with no moon, I don't know.
So we have tribute to Galileo.
Galileo. Is that from the song?
I'm not sure when it's coming, but I don't know. This seems pretty like a gifted purchase.
Yeah, it does look like
very small
in that realm.
Yeah.
But are you guys excited about this one? I probably won't get it. What do you guys think? Orient Express. Are you train guys?
Is this from
Eric? Do you like trains?
I'm not a train guy. Yeah. I destroyed my father's train table to create a Lego city on it. When it's a sore subject. We're still not over it.
I mean, you're just repurposing, right?
Like, yes.
I'm sure a lot of people are excited for that one.
No,
Polaroid.
Oh. This goes with like your typewriter.
I know. I'll probably get this because I like things that are. I like life-size objects that are made out of Lego.
Video is just so awkward. I don't know why they have to do this. It's
like sticking out its tongue.
Like can it just do it like twice and be done? Like, does it need to constantly be on a loop? I don't know.
These are the eyes,
just so you know,
and then this is the mouth. It's like a lizard.
It's sticking out. Yeah, it's true.
Or it's like a doctor with that stethoscope thing.
Let's scroll down.
Your family tree.
Oh, wasn't this released
already?
I think they were like oranges before.
I don't understand.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what they do with this, right? Like, it's gonna obviously be stickers, but like, I'm really curious on what is gonna be the actual thing you're hanging up to depict your family, right? I'm curious how they're gonna do this. Yeah. Is it gonna be a booklet of 45 different stickers that you can use? I don't know.
One looks more like me.
Yeah, who's the one that looks the most like you? This one.
I didn't know they have like what looks like 3x3 window.
Yeah.
Isn't this just a regular mirror? This one's cool.
Dragons Keep Journey's End.
So this is the Dungeons and Dragons.
That's actually, I think it said Bolt Builds at the top. That's the one that did the alt build of the university.
Oh,
yeah.
Bolt Builds.
Bringing it full circle.
Yeah,
we are good.
So he's legit. He's Harold. You gonna get this?
Official. It's legit.
I don't know. I have to see the final version. Yeah,
that dragon looks nice.
Yeah, dragon looks
better than the Gringotts dragon.
Bolt's Bricks doesn't have a lot of followers. I don't understand this. 52 followers and
that's probably a different Bolt. Both
both builds.
builds.
Not bricks.
Yeah, you just followed someone else.
Bolt. I did not.
Number 4.
Oh, that's more like it.
Red London telephone box.
Bricked 1980. That's when he was born. Or she.
Bricked 1980. Yeah. Bricked.
He bricked. Oh. So is this, what scale is this? Because it's pretty big, because this piece is so small.
It thing's huge.
Yeah.
I wonder if people are going to like change the color to make it into a TARDIS.
You know they will.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, it's nice.
This one's cool.
I forgot about that set too.
It's cool, but like if you didn't have the moon backdrop, it wouldn't be cool. Like it's cool, but that only gives it its glamour.
That
right?
means you have to make a moon backdrop out of brick.
I know.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's right.
Like a mosaic.
I did one back there.
See?
Where?
Oh wait.
Way back, way back there. I don't know if you can see it. So
I see
the Batwing is actually on a
moon
Technic base. I think it's 5x5, 16x16 Technic plates, right? That the art pieces use.
Yeah.
And it's hanging on that. It's the moon. So to get
cool.
that 1989 Batman look.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
So it can be done.
It can be done.
Can be done.
Yeah, Maria.
Rebrickable.
I just have to believe hard.
Yes. Yes. Will it, and it will come.
Yes.
And then we got Jaws coming.
I thought I was surprised this one got picked.
Same.
This looks like the Dreams shark, but not as crazy.
That's why they picked it.
And
they're already halfway done with the build.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. It looks like a nice ship. I got the Great fishing boat from the first round of the Bricklink Designer Program.
Oh, okay.
And this
is that in your city?
No. That was my plan when I bought it, but it definitely screams fan designer. And because the whole thing with that Bricklink Designer Program is that, you know, they kept saying, oh, Lego designers will review it and they'll work with the person. And I don't think they ever did, because there was a lot of things that you were doing and you're like, oh, this is not solid. This is not good.
It's more like a mock that will fall apart.
100%. Looks beautiful when it's done, but don't touch it.
Don't touch it.
Which is a lot of the, Lego. A cat for your home.
I forgot this made it.
Cool. Yeah, see, a lot of these, like, you forget.
It's very regal. Reading. You would think I would really love this.
This seems like another gift with purchase.
I know, right?
Oh, you have to buy that, Nick.
Gift with purchase.
I'll get
and then it'll go into
Then you can make multiples and have a whole library.
I mean, I think you already have the pieces for this underneath this. I think we can just do this.
No, I don't think I have sand blue ingot.
Nope, he doesn't have that one. You got to buy it.
Done. Fail.
I don't have this sand blue ingot.
No.
And what is this?
Is that a whole new piece? And they have it like in three different shades.
Was that like a teal jumper plate?
But what are these pieces on it?
I mean, those are jumper plates.
Yeah.
But jumper plates are bigger than this.
No. Are they stacked on each other?
Yeah, I think it's. I think that's at least 2 by 2 deep on that.
Yeah.
It says to get the ingots to appear like that, it's probably on maybe a 1 by 1 by 2 studs on the side brick or something, right? So.
Yeah, because they have them here in different colors.
Yeah.
We'll see when it comes out. And then Disney Magic. That's the one with the big Mickey.
Oh, yeah.
The big Mickey Mouse, I think.
Okay.
And Ron
Move
Howard.
the picture. They love it so
Ron
much.
Howard?
I know.
Probably if I press continue. So.
Lego's like, it is not going to look like this. Please remove that photo.
Is it on the end? Oh, there it is.
There it is.
Okay.
If I press continue.
Would you get this? I don't know. It's a funny.
The face looks
funny.
weird.
I think this is going to be one of those idea sets that when Lego shows the release or we see some photos of it, it's going to be totally different than what we're looking at right now.
Do you think we'll get the exact minifigures?
No.
We'll get a bell.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Hopefully. I want a Bell minifigure.
All the other ones we've got already, though.
It'd be nice if they did. Right, exactly. All of them are still kind of available, right? So it's not like it's not. But I feel this one's going to be way different than what we're looking at.
We should get like a big fig beast.
I think they'll probably try to brick build the face a little bit more, right? Because that's just using a lot of large piece elements to do it.
Yeah.
Like, right? So
yeah.
These little holes kind of.
It'll be interesting to get that into the Lego designer hands to start fiddling around with it and see what they can come up with. That's a cool concept.
Bricklink mock pop-up store officially
live.
I don't know what this is. Do you guys know what this is?
Your favorite BTP designs.
What does it say?
You can browse and purchase parts and instructions for your favorite Bricklink
41 designs.
For each design, you can see the price estimate for the building instructions and parts. If you do decide to purchase, you can choose
$1,000.
What?
Oh, that's like Bricker Builds.
Sign me up. Done deal.
Lego Ideas, Great Temple of Abu
Simbel
Secret
Treasure.
Oh, I've seen
these. Look cool. These look cool.
In real life.
IRL?
Yeah, in IRL.
This one's missing the head.
Oh, yeah.
Or is it like that?
It got damaged.
Oh. So this is legit. Like, it's like a real...
I think IRL testing doesn't exist anymore.
And, like, these are missing, too.
Yeah. Over time, I don't think it's supposed to be, like, when they were built. This is like...
Look at the printing on these.
You're going to add those to the Indiana Jones sets.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
The Lost Crusade.
Gold.
That looks cool.
Gold.
It's a lot of tan, right?
Yeah, it's a lot of tan. That's a nice mosaic right there.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot of tan. Nice rock work, though. Oh, it opens up.
Oh, play features?
There you go.
Oh, there's like a lot of booby traps.
It's a light brick. No, you
get a
my
key.
treasure.
Yeah, you turn that and it drops 47 cool. 1x1 translucent yellow.
Multitude.
It's gonna be great. You're gonna love it.
You're gonna love it. What a good sales pitch.
Lego Master Season Forecast.
We see duck bricks here.
Yes.
So this is a YouTuber, Minanow Production, Ryan.
Oh, okay.
Minanow Productions.
In and Out Productions.
Minanow. MININOW. Minanow. Like a couple of brickheads.
Are we practicing French again? What's going on?
I know. I'm so confused.
A couple of brickheads rated him the sexiest YouTuber.
Oh.
Wow.
Was he in Brickell, Chicago? Did we miss him?
He was, I think the year before he was.
He was at the kissing booth.
Tim squared.
So they're supposed to be like the Tool Man, I think.
Oh,
yep.
Tim the Tool Man.
Or
Tim
Power.
Taylor.
Look at him. One Tim already has his name spelled out in Lego. Allison and Melanie.
Allison and Melanie.
Mm-hmm. Allison and Melanie.
The Spicy Girls.
Maybe.
And David and Ben.
Them fighting.
Oh, they're actually from my lug.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you know that they were going to be part of this? Or it was like...
Which one's Ben? This one's Ben?
Yeah. Huh?
Is it a secret? So are they both from RVA?
I mean, they just... Yeah, they're from RVA. But yeah, they just released it when they released it.
Mm.
Yeah.
Do they know you or you just... you know?
Yeah. Them? He worked at a Bricks and Minifigs. Yeah.
Which one?
Where's that good chat? And Richmond.
No, Ben or David?
Ben, yeah. Oh, and then that's his grandfather.
Oh.
So I remember we're like talking about like finding partners because my friend Tyler was thinking about coming on this season. And then I was like, no.
Oh, you could have been on.
Not me.
You could have been on.
So is his grandfather also in the lug or just him?
No, just Ben. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's the grandfather's like grandson duo.
Yeah, they're very big into that
making pairs
of the teams. Yeah.
You need a story.
Yep.
To sell.
Nina and Sam.
And
this also looks like a grandson.
Nope, he's actually her father.
Yep.
What?
And they make delicious pakoras.
Oh, you're just putting it. I heard the laugh.
Sorry, I have a terrible thing. I can't keep a straight face, so I can't lie.
I can't.
So,
I can't see you though.
I was just
I
trying for as long as
spellable.
I could to not laugh, and I failed.
I heard the laugh because when I'm on this page, I can't see you guys.
Oh,
unless I
all right.
click.
Gotcha.
Oh, there we see
So
you.
now I see you now, but when I'm scrolling, I can't see you. So I heard the laugh. That's how I knew.
I'll just
that
mute
you were-
myself next time, and I'll be able to.
Mike and Brad.
Ooh, look at those shirts. Snazzy.
I feel like I've seen.
I wonder
No, never mind.
what their story is. Mike and Brad.
I don't know.
Ooh.
Paul and Nelita.
Nielita. Very bright.
Very yellow.
They seem like siblings.
Yeah.
Yes. Same smile.
Very
Same
sibling vibe. Yep.
Emily and Kelly.
So the Trey Company, right?
Oh, is this a trade company? Yeah, I knew she looked familiar.
Oh, cool.
She was at Brick Slopes. Too.
Yeah, she was giving.
Yeah, she was
Trey
in
Company?
Chicago too, I believe.
She made us play a game during one of the where everyone is in a circle and then you have to look down and then you count to 3 and everyone has to look up. And if you're staring at the same person, then you're out.
Oh, so why don't you just have your eyes closed?
No, you have to look up and stare at someone.
Wear sunglasses.
Oh.
Yes, you never know.
No, but you have to. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
so that was the game.
I'm looking
Did you
for
win?
ways to cheat.
I was cheating by just staring at the person beside me and saying, "Don't look at me." Look at someone else. So I kept doing that, and then after they're like, "You have to look at."
You look right. I'll look left.
Look at my ear. Look at my ear.
I was looking back and forth to the people until finally, I think Shy looked at me, and I'm like,
Oh,
why'd you look at me?" So
close.
I was doing well up until the end.
Jordan and Chris.
Oh, Jordan.
This
Yeah.
guy's from a convention too, was it?
He was at Brick World Chicago.
Okay, yes.
He was the guy that when I was looking at that one mock, the castle mock. For an hour.
An hour.
That's
We were
right.
just talking. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
He's the
I
guy that
remember.
actually designed the towers for my castle.
Oh
Oh,
wow.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
these are friends.
What's his handle?
AK Brickster.
AK Brickster.
Brickster.
Yeah.
Okay. See, there's a
Very
lot of
Karen and
social
Amy.
media.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Karen and Amy. Oh, and we know this guy,
We know
the
Yeah.
duck.
Brick.
Yeah,
The
the
duck.
duck.
He looks happier than his partner.
So their story is supposed to be like friends and like
and they took
business
on Wall
partners.
Street. Yes,
Oh,
because of their deep pocket investment in Lego.
Christopher and Robert. Oh, and there's one more.
Luis
Salad
and
Bricks.
Alex.
Who is this?
Salad. I think it was Lewis. Yeah, Lewis.
So he's because he looks familiar too.
Yeah, he's the one that made that the Lego museum that shows like all the
Oh.
themes.
Oh,
don't know if
right.
you've seen
Yes,
that.
yes.
Yeah.
I saw that. I saw it on video, but I didn't see it in person.
Yeah. So
But
yeah,
I
he's
know.
the
I know what
creator.
you're talking about.
I feel
That's
like
where I saw his face.
I feel like they just helped me get a pre-approved for my auto loan.
Yes.
I know. I just want
They,
to know like
they shared all the new features of the vehicle
themes.
you're about to invest in,
Yes.
and they're
It's the ties. They're wearing the power
nice
ties.
skinny ties.
Power ties.
All right.
Oh, that's it. When does
Um,
it start? September.
September 28th.
yeah,
Three
Oh, that's
Three,
it.
yeah.
Right after Survivor. If
Yeah.
you guys watch Survivor, it's going to be season 45. Do I have a plug-in? I love Survivor.
It's a
Survivor
great
pool.
lead-in.
Yeah, I was talking to Chris. I was like, "Are they gonna make you the bad guy?" He was like, "Why would you say that?" And I
Because
I
he
showed,
was like
He
screenshots.
has
evil laugh.
he has
He's
a
like,
villainousness about him.
Yeah.
Does.
Get the evil laugh.
I guess we'll find out. And I guess we've Gringotts. They're playing with theirs. Ninjas.
Oh, Ninja
Uh,
Go!
Pick a brick. Selected designs revealed.
Oh
Yeah.
I
So
like 5 of those poly bags.
Oh,
so what are these selected already?
back to the middle.
What are
ages.
those? That's cool.
Yeah.
Round 2 challenge back in April. Which ones are your favorites? So I think they're not for sure yet which ones,
Oh,
but these could be like battle packs if you want to get
battle pack.
minifigures, and then monochromatic minifigures. But then you don't need multiples of those.
No.
You need multiples
Oh.
of the yellow ones.
Lego Friends.
Friends in a lush garden.
This is
And
random. We have
biomes.
like
Look at that black background.
Oh, they're biome. Are they biomes?
Yeah. I mean, looking at it.
All I see is water and forest.
Because they don't merge together good.
Modular.
Oh, I thought those were xenomorphs. I was like, we're getting aliens?
Man, they couldn't even make the tile between the bicycle ones the same color.
Oh.
Yeah. Why
funny.
is that?
This wouldn't work in your city.
Yeah, there's the designer in me right there. I immediately see the different color.
The OCD in you, actually.
It's painful.
Hey, look at that overfilled trash can, though. That's accurate.
Terrible.
Oh, this one?
So accurate. I'm going to buy this.
Who cares if that 2x2 is the wrong color?
Police lineup.
A police
Why is Dracula in the police lineup?
Funny. That's kind of funny.
But why are they behind bricks?
It's the glass, and then you have to pick out who the Dracula is.
And they have their height with. They're trying to depict the height with the white and the black.
Yeah.
They probably could build it rather than It looks
but then
like
they're all the same height.
Almost, yeah. They are all the same height.
Well, those pirate hats makes him a little bit taller.
That must be so difficult in the banks of Lego cities where they have at the door to tell how tall the person is, and every minifigure that walks in is the same height, unless you're an Avatar minifigure, then you're taller.
Or Woody.
Yeah.
Oh, weird! They have a monochromatic friends.
Oh, that's scary.
Okay, that is a bit creepy.
What is it? Mini racing.
Mini racing.
Oh, they're remote controls. Oh, that's cool. Interesting, but I don't know if I.
Maybe they just didn't spend time doing any detailing on the minifigures, right?
Yeah, that's probably
it. It does draw your eye
one
immediately to it, though, and you're just like, oh, that's kind of off-putting a little bit.
Yeah, that's every single one doesn't have colored minifigures. Oh, same thing. Oh, so Lego Disney Wish sets revealed. So I guess this is the new movie?
Yes, I think so.
Oh,
that's the Wish Castle.
I
like the torso for that.
When is this movie? King Magnifico's Castle.
This guy?
And I wonder if those are stickers on the door, or is that a printed teal door?
This looks like
a rose window. Very much part of lots of cathedrals.
When is this movie coming out? Or is it out already?
Well, Disney's suffering a loss.
Must not. I've never heard of it. So.
Me neither. They don't even have the...
But is it the new Disney animation or Pixar? I guess. Does it look Pixar-ish? I don't know.
No.
Maybe it's Disney animation. Asha in the City of Rosas.
The City of Rosas.
I never even heard about this.
Oh, it's a donkey. Is this a donkey or a dog?
What's that little goober yellow thing?
I don't know.
You want it.
But I want it now.
I want it.
Did they show it on the front of the box? Where we were able to even see what they say they are?
What is that?
On the so that's the back. So on the front.
Maybe
of the box,
it's her star. It's her star.
Oh, here.
Makes a wish on a star.
You can see it. It's a star.
Yes. Yeah, I know my stars. My wishing stars.
And this is Valentino.
Yeah, that's it.
Interesting.
Because it's called The Wish, and
okay. Wish upon a star.
Wish upon a star.
I get it.
That was higher level thinking right there.
Right there. I don't even have a.
Now we know what the wish means.
I was like, what's that gooby thing? It's kind of like with the dream sets. Like I got a couple of those.
Green.
I know the little things.
The green.
What are they called?
Which one?
Those things from the dream set.
Oh, I keep forgetting to bring down that dream set.
They look like Go-Go's.
I don't know what they're called.
Okay. Asha's Cottage looks very nice.
This looks like Encanto.
Sleeping Beauty / Encanto / giraffe wraparound wallpaper.
Oh yeah, giraffes.
And lizard patterns.
Yeah, it's made out of 100 giraffes that they hunted.
But no animals were harmed in the production of this set. Yeah.
You get.
Look at her skirt. It's like she's even pulled it up and like has a little brooch there, so you can see her underslip.
I was gonna say the same thing.
I mean,
I wasn't going to mention
creativity
it.
for the design.
Like I look like a hunter.
Ooh.
Oh, this one?
What's that?
The Modular Heritage Museum.
Where is this Modular Heritage Museum?
Oh, that's interesting how they did the bricks. I thought it was a sticker when I saw it from afar. I thought that was a sticker.
Yeah, I wonder how the structural support of that is going to be.
So it's just, I think they're clips. They're clips on a.
Oh, they're clips
on a pole.
Oh, dang, yeah.
Interesting. It's nice to see a different approach
to
doing something like that.
I hurt my fingers just looking at it.
But this is a clip, but then the one underneath
is a non-clip.
I don't know what it is.
I think it's just like a step up.
A holder.
It's just, they're clips though. Looks like a clip and a tile.
Oh,
it's interesting. You get a lot of the ski poles.
Yeah,
it's unrebrickable if it doesn't get slugged in.
Well, you know, it will never be approved under Lego Ideas, so we don't have to worry about that. And it will be $550 on Bricklink Designer Program. So perfect.
So there's 49 projects now for this stage.
And 3 Taylor Swift projects.
Yes. Which one do we choose?
Are we thinking that Taylor Swift will finally get one approved?
It's the BTS thing, right? So I think somebody's trying to jump on that and say, hey, BTS went through. Maybe I've got a better chance of getting my Taylor Swift one accepted. But
I guess it depended how well BTS did.
I want the Shrek hut.
Where's this one here?
There's the hungry caterpillar with a scary face. It looks like the Grinch's face, actually.
I'm trying to think what would make it.
I looked too, and it really is kind of tough to think about. Like somebody redid the Krusty Krab. Like there's so it's
Krusty Krab.
I don't think that's gonna.
I could see Disney Pixar the lamp.
Exactly. I like that one.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
But I don't know. This does look like a tough round. I don't know if there's going to be a lot of things taken from it.
Yeah, Brittle Brown Trojan Horse. Maybe the
like even the chameleon. I think there was a chameleon. That one looks possibly.
Here.
Or the jars. What's that?
With the fish inside of them and the jellyfish. I could see that too.
I could see that one.
Like the insects.
They don't do a lot of buildings. They don't do a lot of modulars. Those never get really kind of accepted or go through. Ideas. So I hope they don't do the toaster.
I was gonna say it's like the typewriter.
Yeah.
Wait, wasn't the Fisherman House an idea set?
Which one?
They had the aquarium, right? That came out, I think, as a 3-in-1. But then, didn't they have exclusives?
Yeah, I could have sworn like the Fisherman House was an idea set.
Oh, the one, the one that
true,
came out already. Yeah, that was an idea set.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was like the exception because like after that I haven't seen any.
Yeah, I haven't seen any others.
Wasn't the blacksmith the blacksmith shop?
The lighthouse is another ideas.
Oh,
the blacksmith shop is another. So hey, you know what? I'm gonna have to eat crow when they pick a bunch of these modulars.
When they pick the Muppet Show.
Yeah, there's 2 of those, I think, too.
Yeah,
are there 2?
I want Shrek.
There's 2 for the Muppet Show.
Shrek, Taylor Swift. I wish Krusty Krab, but I think Mega Construct still has the license for that.
Kevin got this.
He did.
He was showing it on the stream.
It was very
I think it's huge.
It's huge.
It is big.
I didn't really
and skinny.
realize that.
It's very long.
Big and skinny. And Bugs came out too.
Bugs Life.
Oh, so these are
being stolen. So sad.
That's what's going to happen, unfortunately.
Yeah,
it was kind of interesting because there's no plastic bag in it. Because the other box sets has plastic bags, so like video, inside. The Mario set.
Yeah.
These are all loose, so
really,
those 3 parts. I mean, parts all over the place.
I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah.
The chess maker. It was part of the thumbnails above there. This way I'm wondering how is this going through, but it's a
But does it open
maker.
up?
Maybe all your chess pieces are inside, and then
there's no other picture.
No.
Is that
the Viking?
Yeah, I think this is where we ended off.
Very fun.
The Vikings. I'm gonna get.
Yeah, we saw this.
Oh yeah, that thing.
Interesting.
All right.
GBC.
So Eric, what are you up to this weekend?
Well, my girls do a lot of dance, and my youngest does gymnastics as well. So they've got they're starting getting ready now already for next year's dance competitions and stuff. So they're starting to learn their new routines.
Oh wow! How long have they been in the dance competitions?
Well, this is actually now going to be their third year.
Oh, very nice.
The school that they went to was a little bit more recreational, and some new people have come in and kind of changed the culture a little bit in there. So they have a blast doing it.
Oh, good.
When they're older, are they going to be doing TikToks?
My oldest daughter already does. So we were in Wildwood, New Jersey last week on vacation. And we brought her best friend with us. So we had 4 kids. And they made about 90 million TikTok videos.
Wow.
So
see, when you add a 4th kid to a family of 3 kids, it's not that much more, really.
It really wasn't much difference. But
you just couldn't lose that kid because you couldn't replace that kid with yours.
She's a really she's a great kid. So it actually was a lot. It actually made it easier on us, actually. We entertained our youngest daughter. So
good.
It worked out very well, actually.
Oh, good. You guys must have a lot of dance costumes. If anything, I always hear my friends with little girls, and the dance costumes get very ornate and expensive.
He's just shaking his head.
A lot.
Yeah, no, you nail on the head on that one.
He's not called Easy Craftsman for nothing.
That's right.
Right. That's right.
The
I
sequences.
can rhinestone and bedazzle.
Bedazzlers.
You couldn't imagine.
I want a bedazzler.
No.
So sparkly.
So that, and then I think I'll probably go into the office for a little bit at some point over the weekend, get some work done, and maybe finish sorting Hogwarts Castle.
University.
Yeah, I think get that build going. So we'll see.
How are you, Harold?
Is beach season officially done?
You going to the beach?
It's still hot.
No, beach season's over.
Oh.
Yeah,
Christine's like hard in school right now, so
it's been hot here though. I think we still had a heat wave.
The last couple of days, it's kind of cool. It could have been.
Is it hot in New York State this week?
It was brutal.
Yeah.
The first part of this week. Yeah, it was. It was really hot. It was 90 plus
everywhere
each day.
It's like 112.
It was that hot here too.
112. It gets that hot in Virginia.
What's the C from Fahrenheit? Like it felt like 40 degrees Celsius here, so that's over 100.
Yeah. It was like what they say like 92, but if the humidity increases that thing back.
Yeah.
But again, hopefully, then we had like some crazy thunderstorm just a couple nights ago. But
what do we have?
We're supposed to have a hurricane. What do we have?
We have hello time.
Yeah. So with back to school, I feel like Hayden comes home and goes, "I'm invited to 2 birthday parties."
All right,
so
birthday parties.
Oh, nice.
Those sort of start trickling in again.
Hayden has like a bowling party on
and then
tomorrow.
A laser tag party.
And then you have to take your mom to a birthday
party.
And
then I have to be my mom's Uber and her +1 to her birthday party event. So.
And then
kind of divvy up the kids,
and then all the school colds and sicknesses and illnesses come around.
I know. A lot of we usually get a lot of forms first week of school. All the permission forms, privacy. I have none this year, so I don't know what's up. And
I signed Mason's cross country form,
but that one's like getting permission for that. But usually there's like.
Do your schools have their own Instagram page? Because our son's elementary school has their own like Instagram page,
and so
you have to unfollow last year's and then follow the new one.
And I'm like, why can't we just keep going? But I guess there were kids from like last year who know. I don't know. In any case,
but they like post like sports stuff.
Yeah,
like videos of them playing basketball and all that like trips.
Yeah, I think we have something like that too.
Yeah, better than Twitter.
Yeah,
at least this is.
I don't even know how to use it. But it's weird because you follow it and then they say like, "Where's this Lego person that's following?"
I know. Well, that would be me too. But they allow us to follow them, so
they see our icon. It's just a Lego person where everyone else is like a face.
Like a human.
Yeah. I had to create a new Gmail account. So when I sign into Zoom or team meetings through work, that little minifigure doesn't show up. So I was like, I can't do that anymore. It happened a couple times.
You were peer pressured by adulting.
No, it happened a couple times, and I was like, oh, and quickly exited the meeting and was like, I need to create an account.
Didn't you say in today's stream about one of your coworkers mentioned saw your channel or something?
Yeah, one of the founders of the company, actually the firm that I work for.
And they don't know?
We were coming back from a school. We went and toured one of our projects, and him and one of our senior architects are sitting in the front, and they're just talking. And this individual, this partner, owner of the company, put together some CD albums that he released on YouTube of his own creation, right? And they're talking about that. And then he just kind of turns his head and looks at me. And, I've probably talked to him maybe a dozen times in the 3 years I've worked with him. Like he lives in Vermont, so he doesn't come to our office very often. And he just turns to me and says, yeah, you do stuff on social media, you know about all that kind of stuff. And I was just like, what? He's like, yeah, you've got a pretty big following. And I'm like, what is happening here? And then I start talking about, oh, well, I do like Lego videos, blah, blah, blah. Because then the other guy's only been with us for like a few months. So he had no idea. And I had no idea that this guy knew anything about that. So it was,
man.
Yeah, it was,
you
was
were
two worlds colliding and I wasn't ready for it.
Yeah.
Like, I wonder how he found you, because your name's not on it.
Yeah.
Unless
it probably
he just happened.
Was somebody from work probably said, "Oh, do you know Eric does this?" Probably
can't trust anyone.
Gotcha.
No, not trusting them anymore.
Yeah, no one's allowed to go into your Lego basement.
No one's allowed. Nope.
So before we wrap it up, what do you have to plug, Eric?
Nothing.
Building with Buds.
Building with Buds. We try to do it every Friday night, 8 p.m.
So many different time zones.
At 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I'm sticking with that. You guys figure it out where you are. And it's, you know what? We build Lego while we're talking. We usually bring somebody else on as a fourth. And, we just talk and see where the conversations take us. And it's three knuckleheads just trying to make each other laugh. And as Kevin said, and I agree, it's our own little form of personal therapy of hanging out with each other. And
it is cool.
We take you guys along for the ride and just try to have a lot of fun. So every Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can check us out there. Maybe someday I'll post something again on Instagram or TikTok.
So stay tuned.
So maybe.
No promises.
No.
It's okay. I haven't touched myself in a while, too.
Harold's in the same boat.
Yeah.
Nice.
So we're just gonna say thanks tonight. It's dwindled a little bit, but Danny Fandoms, Whiskey 488, Andrew Phillips, Brick Princess, Acob, Missy. Ricciardioni. I don't know how to say that. Sorry if I.
Just say Missy.
Okay, Missy. Brick Hive, Joseph La Forteza, who's a huge fan of Easy Craftsman.
Sounds Filipino.
Yeah, I think we went to school with someone with the same last name. Tanjam, Rob Claxton, 03 Jane Doe, who's also a big fan of Easy Craftsman right there. Brick Jedi, Jenny Bricks, Brick Building Biker, we know him. Gabriel Cabral, Copper, Illinois Brick Girl, Parkdale Playboy, which we said hello to earlier too. Fall Equinox 37 and Armand. We'll see you again next Friday night. Are we here next Friday night? Yeah, where are we going? It's our Friday night. This is how we club nowadays. Are there clubs?
But until next time. Merry Christmas and bye.